All right, and we are live. Thank you all for being here tonight. I appreciate y'all taking the time out of your Sunday night to hang out with us and talk some physical media. Let me do some shout outs real quick, and then I'll bring on my panel and we'll dive in. Joey, thank you for being here. Eli, what's up, man? How are you? Down is up. What's up? Bog Zombie, hello. Blu-ray Addict, what's up? Got my buddy Foz Rotten here. How you doing, Foz? Oh my goodness. Do you know that Garrett has never seen Indiana Jones and claims to love the 80s? He should have to register publicly so people know who they are around or something. I would have to agree. I think he should have to wear like a scarlet letter or something so everybody knows what's up with him. That's just unacceptable. What's up, Weston? Saturn, what's up? Movie Eddie, how you doing, sir? My buddy Swaggy is here. What's up? What's up, Sanford Select Films? Thank you all for being here. We appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and bring my panel on, and we're going to dive right in. So here we go. Garrett, jeez. Anyway, my first two guests tonight are the innovators of horror talk radio, the one and only CK and Uncle Bill. How you gentlemen doing tonight?
Hello, Bizzle. How are you?
Doing very well, son of land. Thank you guys for being here, man.
We appreciate it. Yeah, it feels like old times. 2008 Saturday Night Mares.
I know. It does.
Some of the OG streams. I was thinking about that the other night. Somebody was bringing up an old episode. And I'm like, how in the hell do you remember something from 18 years ago that just aired one time? There was no backup for those shows.
Yeah. You know, it's testament to how entertaining those shows were that people still remember.
Evidently.
So, hey. And I'm actually going to bring up some of our old wrestling shows here in just a little bit too. So,
okay.
But thank you guys, man. Appreciate y'all being here.
Thank you.
Also joining me tonight is the king of BlueTube, self-appointed, of course, from MidLevelMedia, Ken. How you doing, Ken?
No, Piz. I'm not the king. I'm just the court gesture. It's great to be here on the original BlueTubers channel.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Ken. How you doing,
surrounded
man?
by all these gods amongst physical media.
Well, all of us are Kentuckians too. I think it's important.
Right. That is true.
Yeah, point that out.
First ever physical media Kentuckian stream.
That's
on
right.
YouTube.
That's right. And look, Kentucky is, we've become the epicenter of horror YouTubedom and physical media collecting, I think. So
it all starts here.
We like our boxes hard in Kentucky.
We do.
We do.
We like bluegrass and Blu-rays.
And blue ice. Yeah.
Yeah, we like our boxes hard and our slips glossy.
Exactly. Amen to that.
Rigidness.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you for being here, Ken. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Man.
I appreciate the invite.
Also joining me tonight, this man has an entire planet dedicated to him, and that's PanetCHH. What's up, man?
What's going on, brother? How are you?
Doing good, you?
Doing good. I just got done watching Apex on Netflix, which was pretty good, like a wilderness thriller.
Okay.
So
okay.
The one with Charlize Theron?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. That sounds like the right name. It was pretty good. I don't know where it was filmed, but really cool. Like maybe I think it's an Australian movie, but wherever they filmed it, it was gorgeous. So yeah.
Very nice. Very cool.
Just enjoying my Sunday, man.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you taking the time out to spend some of your Sunday with me.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
Yeah, right on, man. Thank you. And last but not least, he's the innovator of Rad. And that is Garrett. How you doing, man?
What's up, man? It's all about the anticipation. People didn't think I was going to be here. I'm here. So I'm excited, guys. It's like the OG crew is like back together. This is nice. Physical media brings everyone back together. It's so cool.
It really
does.
It really does. And Garrett,
it all begins again.
I brought you on last for a reason, Garrett, because I want to put you over real quick.
All right.
It wasn't that long ago when we were doing the wrestling shows. Remember the wrestling shows?
Of course.
And CK and I were both encouraging you to start your own channel. I don't have time, and I don't. No. And now look at you. You've got a great channel. You put out amazing content. You've got a great following. I mean, look at you, man. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, man. I mean, I say that all the time. You two were two of the people that really pushed me to do it. Like, we were doing the wrestling shows, and DeadPit was looking to get back into this, and they weren't really sure what UB status was with the whole doing the YouTube thing. And so I was like, yeah, I guess now's the best time, since I just got some equipment for work. COVID had just hit. So yeah, you guys did kind of open the gates for me to come in, and I appreciate the kind words. And I can't believe I'm still consistently doing it. After all this time being so new in 2020, but yeah, it's been cool, and it's always good to meet people, and it's great, the community that we've created. So definitely cool indeed.
Yeah, right on, man. And thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. You know what else is funny? I was thinking the other day, do you remember, this was years ago, man. I think me and you were talking, and we're like, oh, we got to do some kind of collab someday if they ever announce Fright Night 2. I can't believe it's here.
Oh, I know. That? I know.
Because it felt like it was gonna be never, and we're like, oh, someday we'll have to collab when they release Fright Night 2, and
yeah,
it's about that time, man.
It's about that time. Hopefully, hopefully I'll be here, soon. We don't have a release date yet, but
we should collab when they release Gator Bait, so we'll all be 80.
It'd be a huge show.
When am I getting my student bodies?
Oh man,
hide and go shriek.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm right there with you guys. Right there.
Let me ask you, Piz, this: do you think TerraVision can go back and do pre-orders again after this? I don't think they can.
I don't think so. Unless I don't think they can do like the big special edition or limited edition pre-orders. If it's a $20 Blu-ray, maybe, but the big stuff, I think I don't know. I mean, they've shot themselves in the foot.
What was funny is they actually, because I ordered 2 other releases with student bodies, and they actually finally sent those to me like a month or so ago. Okay. Just releases they had on their site. So yeah, I don't know how long it's going to be then. They're just like, hey, it's going to be a while, so we're just going to go ahead and send you these.
And I love TerraVision. I love what they do, but yeah, I mean, I get so many messages from people, pissed off messages of like, did you ever hear about student bodies? Did you ever hear about Gator Bait? Like, what's the status? And I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. I have no idea.
I mean, do you think at this point that it's not that they can't do it, like people won't pre-order, but do you think they're just not going to do it because they're kind of like, it's not worth us going down this road? Kind of like in the same event where Slippy didn't pre-order it, but he announced stuff, and that kind of bit him in the ass. So now he's like, I'm not going to say shit until I have it in hand. And I almost feel like TerraVision needs to kind of take that route. Like, we're not going to say nothing until we have everything going.
The problem with that is they're funding these releases with the pre-orders. And we were told that by someone within the company. So
I don't think there's anything wrong with announcing. If it's a lock, I don't think there's anything wrong with announcing you have it, but taking pre-orders, and then who wants it after 2 years? Who wants Gator Bait after 2 years later?
You forget, too, man. I forget. I think I've got like 4 things on order, and like I almost ordered something the other day, and I had to like go back in my emails to make sure I didn't already order it, and I did. Yeah. So it's just you forget.
Honestly, like until people kind of bring up some of the ones, I've forgotten I've pre-ordered them at this point. Mm-hmm. So like they could just never send them.
I had to search through my emails. I was like, what in the hell did I order? Because I had ordered the other slasher set too, but I completely forgot about that. The shoestring slasher.
Shoestring. And there was like something else too, like another set, right?
Hide and go shriek was
2 different sets though. What's the set that's got it's got the basketball one. There's a 90s one, right? Then there's one with the what is it called there? The Code Red put it out. What the hell?
Night of the Dribbler.
Basketball head. Night of the Dribbler. That's not on the 90s set though, right?
That's in the shoestring slashers.
Shoestring, yeah.
Okay, so I ordered the 90s set, shoestring, Gator Baits, student bodies, hide and go shriek. They're all still MIA. So
I've got at least 3 that are held up. At least 3.
My thing is,
I got it.
The problem, in my opinion, and I'll say this publicly because I like the guys from TerraVision, but the boomer Facebook video updates, nobody sees it. My wife is she like buys a lot of books, and she would show me this book that she ordered. It's this super nice book. It took over a year. The company, they had an issue. It wasn't their fault. Once a month, they sent out an email to everybody who pre-ordered it, just saying, "This is where we're at. This is what's going on." I don't know why TerraVision doesn't do a mass email to everybody that's pre-ordered stuff and saying, "We are gridlocked. We're deadlocked right now. Stick with us. We're doing everything we can. We're having issues." But nobody sees these Facebook videos. People are not watching videos on Facebook like that. I really wish they would change that.
They also send out these periodic emails, but they're like just the regular newsletters, and the updates about the releases on hold get buried at the bottom. So unless you read all the way down to the bottom, even if you open those and they don't end up in your junk folder, you know, you got to read all the way down to see what the updates are. And a lot of people aren't doing that.
Well, did you see when they did the last video and they showed that they had the box set in? Did you guys watch that one?
Wasn't that like an hour-long video or something?
It might have been, but basically they said, "Hey, the box is here for shoestring slashes, whatever." But then they were like, you know, it's here, it's ready to go. The only thing is the poster doesn't fit in the box. It's too tight. It's hard to get these slip covers out. So you got to shake it a bunch of times and they'll start to slide out.
It's hard
But if
and
you guys
tight.
rip them, like, just so you know, we don't have any extras. So it's like, it's almost
Be
kind of
careful.
like, well, this was kind of a weird video. Basically, you're
Is that
telling
like,
us, like,
don't be afraid of the dark?
basically it's what it felt like. And it was like, well, why didn't you just use the same design you did the first time? Because I have that first set and there's a poster and stuff in there, no issues. But for whatever reason, this one's like really tight, so you have to have the poster like you can't
Maybe
put
they
it in
can-
the box, and they've got to like shake it. And
They
it's
can
just a
include
weird
some
update.
Gotta be good. for something.
TerraVision branded KY liquid with the package.
I just love the idea.
Is that what Uncle
TerraVision-
Bill had on the profile picture?
Yes.
Yeah. That's a good old
Take
Vaseline,
them out.
baby.
I love the idea though that TerraVision is just like, listen, if you touch this in a particular way, it's going to fucking explode. Just you can only rub it backwards under the moonlight.
And we
It's
don't have
like
any
the-
more, so don't ask us for replacements.
It's
if you
like the
recommend
glue
it.
with the Saw box set
Yeah.
all over again.
Mm.
Just gotta glue it.
So I don't, I actually don't know I know they had issues with the discs and whatever, and I don't know where any of that really stands. So I don't know. It's
Well, they're
it's
the only
unfortunate.
ones. Is any other company having issues like this though? And that's the interesting thing.
I mean, not that I'm aware of.
It's the thing. They all say different things. Some companies have issues with getting steelbook, like Disney says they having issues with producing steelbooks, and then Warner Brothers puts them out like nothing. So it's hard to know what's what.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't really care about any of the releases that I pre-ordered at this point from them. It's just the idea that like they took my money a year and some months ago and they have no idea when they're going to put any of that out. It's just hilarious to me because there's nothing else that you can do that in that I'm aware of. You can't just give somebody money and then just not get something for a year and a half.
Benny Hinn, is he still around?
That's true. Yeah,
Give him money.
do that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's unfortunate because I do think they do really good work over there. It's just this is definitely been the damage is done. I think so.
I would start pivoting away from trying to just make all their releases. I'm not saying that they copied Vinegar Syndrome packaging wise, but at this point, I would start to really try to just be more simple and do something a little different as
No
opposed
slip.
to doing all that stuff. Because if that's giving them more problems where they have boxes and it's like the post, I know that Brad doesn't even like any of that stuff publicly. He goes, "I don't give a shit about packaging. I think it's stupid. All I want is the movie." So I know he doesn't even like doing all the packaging stuff, but he also understands that a lot of people do. So I get it, but I would start pivoting. I would go more simple. And unless I don't know how it works when they do Paramount stuff, but I'm assuming they had help with Rumpelstiltskin funding wise, because that was a collab. So
Yeah.
I want us to succeed, but it's like, I get it. And then this isn't their fault, but people get pissed off when they're like, "We're announcing cheerleader camp on cassette.
Yeah.
They do that long. It's like vinyls of all these movies you want to come out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That doesn't help, that doesn't help the wounds,
Well, even still, like people then once you see that they have access to like soundtracks and stuff, you don't think they get messages like, "What about the movie? Is the movie coming next?"
I'm sure
I mean, you'd figure they must have some kind of connection to be releasing like soundtracks of these movies. But like I said, between Elves and that one and just Cheerleader Camp, like there's a lot of cool stuff that we would love to see put out. But yeah, I don't think the vinyl is doing it the trick that we need.
Yeah. Well, the reason I wanted to bring us all together to talk physical media tonight, and everybody watching, I want you guys to participate in the discussion, and I'll be keeping an eye on the chat, because I think we're kind of in an interesting era of physical media, because Gen Z has adopted physical media. Physical media sales were up last year, like 12% from the year before. I think the total physical media sales is almost $1 billion last year. So I think we're in kind of a good place with physical media. And I'm glad to see Gen Z like realizing that streaming and digital stuff isn't ownership. They're realizing that. So they're adopting physical media, which I think is great. But I want to ask you guys, what do you guys think is the current state of physical media? Are we in a good place, a bad place? What do you think, Ken?
I think we're in an interesting spot, because what you're seeing is you have these studios that seemingly have no interest in their movies and their back catalog, while at the same time you've got these boutique labels that would feels like die to get some of this stuff out. And they're just doing everything to try to keep it alive, and nice hard box editions, premium editions, things like that. Whereas the studios, it feels at this point perfectly comfortable letting this stuff down. So you have the studios that don't give a damn about it, I feel like, and then you got the boutique labels that are keeping it alive and thriving.
Yeah, I agree.
And it feels like both of those things are like happening simultaneously.
Yeah.
So on one hand, it feels like it's never been stronger, and on the other, it feels like it's dead.
Yeah. What do you think, Garrett?
I'm excited for the new gen to kind of get into this. Like I said, I think before I've mentioned that I've noticed that in my thrift stores, you start to see a lot more people in the DVD section, where before it was really dead over there. But you know what? They're minimalist still, because they don't care about all this fancy stuff yet. Like right now, they're just kind of like, let me get the DVD of a movie I loved, and maybe it's not on streaming anymore. I just want to have a collection of some of my favorite movies. So they're still going after the DVDs, which I think in one way has helped physical media in the sense that DVDs now are not just, you go on eBay, they're going for more money than they were, let's say, last year. So I mean, I think it's helping as a whole, and then it's just a matter of time if they start to actually get into this, then I think that's where people like us come into play and can be the ones to kind of direct them in different directions, when it comes
direct
to
them towards those expensive hard boxes.
Yeah, those right. But like again, that's going to be for a specific crowd, obviously, like anything else. If you like cars, do you want the really expensive one, or you just need one to get around? I mean, I think there's just different people that are going to go to certain levels. But I think you're starting to see it. Maybe some of these big studios are going to follow suit if they see this direction that they're going. It all depends, I guess, where the money is. Is it more towards these streaming companies paying them to put it on their apps, or is it to put it out on physical media? I just saw something the other day that Barbarian might be getting released finally. Is that the case? And what is that? Is that a Disney owned? Is that what?
Yeah,
it's already got like a French steelbook announcement.
But I mean, it's just Disney's like the main problem, and they just shut down their home video division, and it's like, well, where's all their stuff going to end up? Like, is Barbarian going to come out from the Criterion collection? Is it going to get a steelbook that Sony puts out? Like, what's going to happen with all that?
They don't license their stuff, do they?
And they refuse to license their stuff at this point in time.
Yeah.
That could change. Hopefully it does. But
yeah. But yeah, that listing, that pre-order listing for the Barbarian, I think it was a steelbook, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
It was in France.
Yeah. So that created a lot of buzz. I mean, a lot of people really want that on physical. And
great movie.
I do too. Yeah. But
Yeah,
I mean, like,
it's ridiculous that it's not out. I mean,
and look, if it's only going to be available on Disney streaming platform, you know, what happens when they pull it off? If something happens and they have to pull it off, then it's just what? It's just lost, right?
Yeah.
you would think.
Bootlegs of it. There's bootlegs of
Bootlegs.
it.
There's
The
bootlegs.
bootleggers.
Yeah.
CKUB, Christian, you guys want to dive in? And any thoughts?
I mean, I think the generation you're talking about, though, that's the thing that popped up to me. These are kids that go in, and when they go school shopping, they look in Goodwill. They go thrifting or whatever. The record collectors, and now they're collecting DVDs and everything else. I don't think those kids are going to buy a brand new movie in 4K or Blu-ray or anything. To them, that's not cool. They like old formats and just older stuff. That's just how the younger generation works these days, it seems like to me.
Mm-hmm. If you go to TikTok, you can really see like that DVD is almost like the new vinyl for like me 10 years ago. And like there's a whole thing about kitchen TVs, people getting little 13 inches and putting them in the corners and having their DVD collection. It's fun. I mean, there's things I like and don't like about physical media today. To me, when I first got into it, like 2009, 8, I would all I cared about was owning those movies, which the simplicity of that is kind of nice. I never even thought about picture quality. Nobody really did back
It
then.
wasn't the thing,
you
yeah.
know?
No.
So there's things I still miss about that time. But there's also things I like today, especially like seeing movies that I'd never seen before and like having a release. I'm just shouting out Synapse, but like having a release like this, it's like this is like an encyclopedia for the film with the documentary. I have no questions about this after watching everything with this, which is incredible that movies like this, I don't think
An
10, 12
hour-long
years ago,
documentary on that.
I watched all of it last
Yeah.
night. I loved it, you know. So there's things I like and I don't like, and you take the good with the bad. But I kind of like it that people are getting into DVDs like that, even if it's just for content. You know, I don't care. I enjoy watching it, but you know, I don't think physical media is ever going to really go away. I know there's always people that think that. I mean, the fact that vinyls are back, I don't see how people any kind of entertainment like that. I don't think is ever truly going to go away. And I think if there's people that are good salesmen and can actually convince Disney, like this is not competition for me to put out a 3-disc release of Watcher in the Woods. Like the people that are going to stream that, they're not going to decide to cancel Disney Plus because we want to put it out on 4K. You know,
Yeah.
I think there got to be people that can change that within the companies to make them realize it's not competition. It's not the same market at all.
And to that point, we could be seeing a real transition once that Stranger Things box set comes out and Netflix sees how much money they can make off of that.
That's true.
You know, and maybe other streaming services and studios see that and the potential for physical media.
Yeah, that's a great point because there's no doubt that thing's gonna sell like hotcakes.
Well, the problem is the second something bombs on physical that they decide to do, they will be like, yeah, big mistake. Physical media is dead. So Stranger Things is going to be kind of an anomaly. But they'll do something else and it'll flop because it's a crappy show, and then they're going to say, yeah, it's dead. Physical media is dead.
I mean,
that's what worries me about stuff like that. Because places are that stupid.
Well, it would be interesting to see if Netflix starts to play ball more and put more stuff out on physical media while the studios start to hold back on theirs.
I think they will.
Like if that starts to happen, if that shift happens.
It's a weird time for me though, as growing up as somebody that like when we first started buying DVDs and things, like nobody cared at all about special editions. Like that wasn't even a thing. Like you were saying, Christian, you just kind of like bought the movie. You didn't really care.
I wanted to watch Big Trouble in Little China.
There were no like hard, rigid boxes or anything like that. It was just, there was no slipcases even. There was just the movie. So
well, I threw them away.
Yeah, it's weird
this
to
crap
watch
over
you
here.
go from like that to where everybody just wanted to own the movies to now it's almost like the presentation of the movies is as important, if not more important than the movie. So I feel like you got a lot of people in that generation that are not collecting. They're not watching them. They're collecting things.
Sure.
They're collecting like nostalgic things, just like they collect vinyl and other things like that. So I'm not sure how much they know about what they're collecting anymore, but it's an interesting thing to watch happen.
They're also kids and they just don't have that disposable income. So they're buying the stuff at Goodwill and Half Price Books and places like that.
They're us back when all we cared about was, oh, it's in widescreen, and oh, there's a director's commentary on it. Cool.
In my early 20s, I just bought what was on the stand at Walmart. Like that's slipcovers, like you said. I took them off. I hated them. Like, this is stupid.
Do you guys remember what was the first like big deal, like special edition, like fancy? Do you remember what it was, or the first one that you remember that you were like, I gotta have that?
Dawn of the Dead Ultimate Edition was the
Nightmare on Elm Street set, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
To me, it was the one that I'm thinking of isn't even a horror title though. Is that T2 Ultimate Edition, that big silver metal pack or whatever?
I found that at a Goodwill like 7 or 8 years ago.
Like, yeah, they had like hidden like versions of the movie on there and everything, and you had to type in like the dates. I don't know what it was, like 8/22/97 or something like that, and you would have a different version of the movie. So to me, like, that one was like literally the ultimate DVD at the time.
What were you saying, Garrett?
Oh, I mean, a lot of them, like, anytime you had thick boxes, like when I remember got Anchor Bay when I was getting into DVD collecting and I saw that Suspiria chunky box, like for the first time, it was mind blowing to me. And that's when I really started to kind of learn about, special editions and stuff like that. So those Anchor Bay thick boxes or whatever, those were the ones I was going after for a while. And another big thing I was really getting after when it was started to become, collecting these things and getting these cool editions was when stores used to do exclusives. I used to go nuts for that. So like if Best Buy did, when Halloween Rob Zombie came out, you had Best Buy had their exclusive, Circuit City had their exclusive, Blockbuster had an exclusive, Hot Topic had an so there was like exclusives everywhere. And at that time, I was running around to these different places trying to see like which one, made the most sense because, hey, this one has a commentary this one doesn't have, or this one's got another cut of the movie. Hey, this one's autographed. Like, so that was kind of fun, but it was one of those things that it was fun because you actually had to go and, check it out yourself, and you could get it day of instead of just clicking a button or whatever. So, I mean, though it's just a different vibe, and I just feel like life's a lot faster now. I used to sit in these stores in the used section for hours and just buy all this stuff. Now it's like I go to a store that has a lot of stuff and I start getting anxious because I'm like, I don't have enough time to spend here doing this. So it's like I'm running through quick looking for just like labels. Like, is it Trimark? Is it Anchor Bay? Like, I'm looking for just like labels to see if it's something I want to grab. And I just try to get the hell out of there because I just feel like life like moves like this now, or before I could just sit there and scrub through every single thing and look at the back and all this stuff. It was a different vibe, and like you guys said too, it was special back then, and now it's just at your fingertips. Sometimes you got to be a little quicker because these are limited, but like Christian said, I'm more interested now. Like, I'm going backwards a lot now. I'm taking my horror DVD section and trying to round out things that I always wanted that I never could afford or could find. I'm doing that now, grabbing some VHS tapes, putting them back in the collection, just doing like a lot of preservation on like some of these old formats that meant a lot to me. And then when it comes to the new stuff, for now, it's like really like, it's got to really be something special for me to upgrade, but I'm getting more excited for things like Fright Night 2, Hunter's Blood, things that I just haven't had in the collection for a very long time. That's really what excites me now. As far as like studio releases, dude, I don't really buy much of them anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, there's two that really come to mind for me that were like special editions, and one I didn't even like. It was the Anchor Bay VHS for Dawn of the Dead. They came in the hard case. You could still have the little feet on the bottom. You could stand it up. I remember watching that when, for some reason, I didn't stop it. And I didn't know that there were like extras at the end of the tape. And like they started playing this like making of, and I was like, what the hell is this? And it was like the first time I saw a special feature. I didn't even know it was there. I know CK and UB, you guys remember this well. Those very first Friday the 13th deluxe editions that had the lenticular slips. Mm-hmm. Like there was just, I felt such a driving force in me to buy every damn one of them, to the point where I bought one that didn't have a slipcase. And the next time I was in Walmart, they had that one that had the slipcase. I bought it again just for the slipcase. So that was like a big special edition for me. All those, that was like a big deal. But Bog Zombie brings up an interesting point here. He says, we are in a pricey place. That's certain. And I definitely have noticed the price of physical media has gone up. You know, a lot of I posted about the, you know, Felsher announced the updated artwork for Friday Night 2 with the inclusion of the VHS artwork, and a bunch of people in my post were like, well, is this gonna be $65 like Hunter's Blood?
Probably more.
Yeah, it'll be a lot more.
I think it's $99.99. I don't know if it'll be 99. If he does it like
if he does it like Trick or Treat, then there'll be a standard version, and
there'll be a standard
that up a little bit later
for
like that. Trick or Treat 4K was like $19.99 at one point.
Well, Felsher said on his stream it was going to be less than 100.
Yeah.
I bet
$99.99.
75,
somebody asked
than 100.
Somebody asked him like how much it was going to be. Like, I think they said specifically, is this going to cost me $100? And he goes, no, it's less than 100.
I swear to God, it'll be like $90, guarantee it.
The hardest part for me, because this is my most anticipated release of the year, is to force myself not to buy multiple of those fucking things. Like, that's what I don't want to do. That's like going against everything.
Garrett, come on now.
When's Hello Mary Lou Prom Night 2 coming?
Next year.
That's the one I really want.
Yeah, I really want that one.
I want three. I want three.
I want 976 Evil 2.
Are they all coming out in the box set together?
I really want that. They talked about. We had Slippy on. I don't know if it was on an Anchor Bay episode or if we just had him on a live, but Slippy said that the ultimate goal would be to have Synapse release Prom Night, release 2, 3, and 4.
I think
all of them kind of have a similar box, and then maybe after the last one's released, you know, you could buy like a box to house everything in. And I told him that would be the best if he could figure that out. And I mean, it's very easy, actually. And I think that was one of the things Scream Factory just really fumbled on is, would you rather get stickers or would you rather get, hey, here's a bundle, and if you buy all the Chuckies, you can get this empty box to house everything in, like even the ones you bought later, like earlier, like years ago, and then put everything in one box. Like that would have been more of an incentive to buy a bundle with that empty box, and then maybe grab the ones you
Chucky
missed.
box set. In my collection, I got a really nice custom Chucky box set in my collection.
Correct, me too. Of course I did, because that's how it was supposed to be done. And somebody did it, and I wish that Scream Factory were the ones that did that. Same thing with like Sleepaway Camp. Like, why couldn't they have just said, "Hey, we're going to give you a box," instead of being like, "We're going to give you like 4 posters," like that, or multiple slipcovers?
What kills me is the Night of the Demons. The first one's in 4K, and the 2 sequels are Blu-ray.
Dude, here's the thing. Night of the Demons 3 is not good.
It doesn't deserve to be on 4K.
I would force everybody to have to buy it. You want it, bitch?
That's what I'm saying.
You're getting 1 and 2. Like,
well, just like the
Halloween
everybody to buy
a box from a sales standpoint, you're not going to get a box and then just be like, I'm just going to leave this one out. You're probably going to be like, I guess I got to get it in here. So
I think the reason
buy the ones that they don't want to buy.
That's what Paramount did to Scream Factory. You guys want to put out Curse of Michael Myers and H2O? That's totally fine, but you're taking Busta.
If they did it,
that's what they should have done. 100%.
If they did those movies in a box, though, they couldn't make as much money, and that's why they didn't do it. They released each one of those for $37.
They could have done the first one by itself, and then did all of them together in a set, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think he's trying to distance himself from Synapse. I think he's just trying to do his own thing. I see Babyface's comment. It's not. I don't think it's anything. I don't know the whole answer on this, but I think they're
it's almost like a partner label.
Doing their own. It's like a partnership. Yeah.
I mean, he's doing the work.
So, do you guys have? Okay, so Slippy, you really want 976 Evil 2, that 4K, or I think it's a 4K,
I will be very happy with that. Yes.
Okay. At what price do you go, I don't want it anymore? How much are you willing to pay?
Yeah, Garrett, tell us
for
what
976 Evil 2.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna pump up Slippy a little bit here. And I did this on my show too, and it's nothing to do with we know the guy. Like, it really again has to do with how I'm collecting now. Like, I would rather fork over $60 for 976 Evil 2 to have that thing finally in my collection in definitive edition than buy the fucking Halloweens again. Like, I would spend that money for Slippy for two box sets or editions a year at $70 a pop than buy 4 things from Arrow every single month. I just would, but that's
whoa,
me, you know,
hold on now.
like that's just me. I don't need Live and Die in LA. Is it a better movie than 9/16 Evil 2? Yes, but I've already bought Live and Die in LA 3 fucking times. I don't want it anymore. So I'm more looking for the things that I don't have, or I don't have definitive editions of. I'll pay the money. I want to get these things in the collection. You know,
he's passionate. He's passionate.
What if To Live and Die in LA was a hard box? Would you change?
I don't care what it is, but I've already got it. I bought
hard
it 3 times.
box, Garrett.
It's very hard.
Change your mind.
It's a good movie.
Look,
Where
really
Uncle Bill, where would you draw the line on Prom Night 2?
look,
He's already drawn it. He's already drawn it.
Things are getting real stupid nowadays. And I've got a completely different take on this, which is I think that the like horror fans that I know of are getting like kind of like priced out of this at this point. So in other words, like horror fans are not notoriously like rich or like, you know, well off or even like upper middle class. Like the majority of the horror fans that I grew up with were kind of like outsiders, outcasts, kind of things like that. They're not in the price range where they can fork over $80-$90 for a freaking Blu-ray or a 4K or anything like that. So that part aggravates me a little bit. I'm going to be honest. Like that whole thing aggravates me. I think it's getting into like the idea of the boutique label is really getting into the idea of like just everything's got to be super expensive and have like 40 art cards and like a poster and stuff like that in it. And you're just pricing out like a whole level of people that used to really like be the ones that kept this whole thing afloat that we're talking about, meaning like the physical media, the horror genre and things like that at that time. So that part irritates me somewhat that's what we're at right now. That being said, like, you know, I don't know what a 25-year-old kid can afford at this point, but like a 45-year-old person like me can afford to buy a fucking $70 Hunter's Blood 4K. So, I mean, and I think that's the people that are mostly funding what's going on right now.
That's why you got to have your options.
Yeah.
Your hard box, your standard, your slip cover. I mean, Second Sight does it right. They release a standard and a hard box at the same time.
The problem is what they've done though is they've created like for us anyway, for people that do this, they've created like an artificial kind of hype for a lot of these titles too, where people have the FOMO and they have to get them immediately, and it's all that crap too. So it's hard to be in that bracket and just be like, you know, I'm just going to wait for the standard edition to come out. And honestly, the other problem is that 500 people have done reviews of the movie. If you're on YouTube whatsoever, you're going to run into a review of like that movie before you can get the standard edition. So, I mean, I don't know.
Sometimes it bites them in the ass, though, man. Look at that Texas Chainsaw set that Dark Sky did. Doing the
that's a weird anomaly that I can't really still figure out, like, because that seems like that would be exactly something that would catch people in, you know, that buy that kind of thing, but it didn't.
I think it was overpriced, number one, and I think the problem is that Texas Chainsaw, in my opinion, had a definitive edition already from Second Sight not too long before, and Dark Sky even put out their own version of
Steelbook one,
Texas Chainsaw. So what were they giving us that we needed so much? Nothing really.
A VHS tape.
The VHS tape and a shitty chainsaw. I mean, I think in theory it was a good idea. I think the price was just way too high when you started to break down what everything was going to cost.
It was probably double what it should have been. It should have been like 150 or whatever.
At least. Yeah, at the very least, yeah. Shout out to Giallo Man 1. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Love the lineup tonight. I follow all of you guys and have made many purchases from all of your recommendations. Thank you. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Ken, you all right, buddy?
I think so.
All right. Shake it in.
Just readjusting over here.
Popping his back a little bit.
But that's usually a comment that pops up often when I post about like, hey, this has been announced and this has been announced. It's like, okay, well, how much is it going to be?
Yeah.
So, well, I don't know.
I would prepare for at least $80, I would say, at the least. Were you talking about the Fright Night 2, right?
Yeah.
Would it matter?
No.
I mean, if you charged $100 for it, or if they charged $100 for it,
especially if
everybody here buy it anyway.
If you're wanting
for some people it would, but I would buy it.
The VHS cover, you better not hesitate because that son of a bitch is going to sell out probably within the first hour or two, I bet.
Oh yeah. Maybe even before then. I mean, I don't know how many they've produced, but if it's like the Trick or Treat set, that one artwork sold out really quick.
I feel bad for all these artists though, like Graham and all that, because I love Graham Humphrey's art, but it's like all these guys make all this art. They slap a pair of lips on it. Everybody's like, "Fuck yeah!"
That's the
one everybody remembers that one.
It's nostalgia. I get it. But I'd be like, damn.
But you know what? Nobody's ever happy because I posted about it too. And what do I get underneath? What about the one with with her above the building? You know, like everybody. Then people wanted that one. It's like,
I saw
like 5 editions.
Yeah, I saw that a lot too. People are like, what about the original poster art? And it's like, come on. He listened to us. Let's just.
If I could be honest, that's one thing I would actually push back on from Slippy is I think he's overdoing it with multiple covers. We're paying for those covers, whether we're buying all of them or not. That price is in what he's spending to get that art done. I would limit that 2 at most. I think doing 3 is just way over the top. Sorry, Slippy. They're good, but I mean, Jesus Christ.
Like the newly commissioned artwork in the original.
How many versions do you really need? I think he's way overdoing it.
And the media that takes, baby. He sees dollar signs in his eyes.
Yeah, but we're paying for it, Wes. We're paying for it.
I know.
You can buy all 3 of them at the same time.
I try to talk him down, but man, he don't listen to us.
OG and a commission, I think that's actually perfect. You can get both or one. I think when you now all of a sudden have 4, the idea of some of these collectors that will I would do both. If it was a commission and a regular, more people would buy both as collectors, but now 4.
It's just crazy when you think about we all bought
a lot of those people.
The first Fright Night was $30 like 4 years ago. Steelbook, and now everybody's gonna be paying $150 for the sequel.
The sequel's better anyway. Screw it.
You hear that, Slippy? Though, get your shit together, buddy. Quit with all these multiple variations.
Listen, I'm not saying anything that. I like him. I'm not saying anything that nobody's probably said, Jesus Christ, how many covers do you? I'm sure he's had people say, wow, how many alternatives do you need?
No, I think you're right. I think
it's a way to stand out.
Plenty, and then just up each one as far as the numbers and go from there. They're still going to sell, but I think, like I said before, I think you'd have more people buying both than people buying all 4. I don't think that's a lot of people are going to do that.
Yeah. I don't see that happening. All 4. That's going to be pricey.
Dude, I feel like I think quite a few people will, honestly, because I think the people that are in this are really in it. I mean, really in it. And then there's a whole other group of people that are kind of just casually buy, I think, but there's people that anything that comes out, I'm buying multiple copies of it, every cover, every,
those credit cards are maxed.
I honestly think they may include a bundle of all of them on the Synapse site. You can buy them all at once.
That's not a bad idea. There'd probably be, hey, just,
Wouldn't that be killer if that was the only way to get the original VHS version of the bundle? People would be so pissed.
Don't give them any ideas. Don't give them any ideas. Here's an interesting question from U2K. What are you guys most triple or more dips? Mine would be the Friday the 13th series. I have tons.
Oh man. I mean, Friday, Halloween's I've multiple dips
Evil
on those
Dead
movies plenty of times. Dawn of the Dead, Evil Dead.
Yeah.
So
Silent Night, Deadly Night for me, I believe.
Especially with Anchor Bay back in the day where they would milk it. I was a sucker for everything. So it's probably the main ones for me.
I don't know if it'd be the Friday the 13th series or Halloween at this point. But I think it's got to be Friday the 13th, but not by very many.
Yeah, Friday the 13th, The Shining, Terminator 2. I got quite a few editions of that.
Just thinking, like I said, I think it's Silent Night, Deadly Night for me because I have an unusual amount of those from all over the world, different editions. And it's weird because I didn't really go to collecting those, but yeah, I think we've probably got 7 or 8 different versions.
UB, are you kind of shocked with this Dark Secret?
I have no idea.
I've never heard
you
this
have no
before.
idea.
Well, did you see
Oh,
that?
the closet just full.
He,
Like,
that
Silent
should
Night,
be
Deadly
the
Night
one
shit, all
film
this
that he should not want.
Oh, I know. There's a
bunch of
reason,
copies
but
of.
the
He's got
big
like a-
imprint one, I got that one for review. That thing is gigantic. And
You open up his closet, there's like a
Talk
shrine.
about overpriced.
oh yeah, what was the retail on that? Like $200 or something?
Every time I'm like, oh man, that looks awesome. It's from Imprint, $120. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Feels like
There is a
getting,
VHS included though.
it feels like their prices go up $10 every week.
Silent Night, Deadly Night would be up there on the list too. I've got a bunch of those releases too. So I mean, that would be up there too.
I think there's like 4 or 5 different Anchor Bay Silent Night, Deadly Night that I have as well.
Mm. What about
Don't
you,
give Wes
Christian?
any ideas? They said the cover D will be sold out in 5 minutes, and the eBay price will be outrageous, which means Wes will buy 2.
I'm planning on buying 2 of them for sure.
Son of a bitch.
I'm gonna get 4.
He's gonna be sitting on it like he was that Friday the 13th box set.
For like 3 years, and finally sold.
I've still got a couple of them if anybody's interested. Hit me up.
Oh my god!
What about you, Christian? What would be your most triple or more dipped?
I got a couple Friday the 13th.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
a few.
I love that poster back there, man.
Yeah,
thank
that's it. Yeah, it's very nice.
Thank you.
You've been picking up the OG ones, right? Recently?
Yeah, I decided that I was just gonna have only original posters in here because they look right in here. So yeah, I got
Well,
this.
they're-
I got a part 4 over there.
I'm guessing they're very, very expensive these days.
I don't mind telling people I paid $60 after shipping for that one. I guess
That's
because
pretty good
that's
price,
great.
That's a good
though,
price.
man.
and I got part 4 for about 50 because there's a little bit of a damage on it, which I think is just character. I don't need it to be flawless. So
I love the part 2 poster in person. It's like
It
it's
looks
striking for some reason, like the colors and everything.
it's really rich, the reds on it too.
Yeah.
And I like the folds. So yeah, I don't think I could get a whole lot more Fridays. Some of them are very, very expensive, but 2 and 4 is fine. I'm happy with those.
I bet we haven't told Christian about our poster story in 2007. There was a theater that went out of business that had all of the Friday the 13th one sheets. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 6 we got as well. Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, damn, that's expensive.
Wow.
What else? Was Evil Dead on that, Uncle Bill? That lot of stuff. We got them for
No.
like,
We got a bunch of Nightmare on Elm Street, bunch of.
Did y'all sell them all?
I've got them.
No, I've still got all of them.
They were like $10 a pop, man. I'm not shitting you. I swear to God, $10 a piece.
Wow. That's killer, man.
Yeah.
But you'd be surprised. There's a couple of years ago when I was really heavy into original one sheets, you could find a lot on eBay for, decent prices. You just gotta weed through some of the, because some people would post fake ones, but
I used to buy lots of them, like 20 or 30 horror posters in one lot, and it was like $50. And you would just like kind of go through it, and there was some really good stuff in those lots at that time. But like, I mean, you could never do that now.
There's still some stuff that I'm like that is relatively cheap. I guess maybe just people like I thought I was gonna have it, but I had some problems with USPS. But like I ordered Howling 2, the one with the girl with the glasses, and I got that for $40. And I was like, yeah, I'll get it for that. So I got that. And some stuff I think you could just, some people throw it up and you just make them an offer. You'd be surprised. Like I got some Last Action Hero ones, like literally dirt ass cheap. And maybe people don't care about that movie, but like if it was cheaper to get an original than it would have been to go on like movieposters.com and get like a print for $20 plus shipping. Like I just got some stuff you can get lucky,
The
But where
90s
you-
stuff I found is where I'm getting the best deals because 80s stuff is hard. So I'm like, because of the frames too, and everything basically in my area is mostly 27 by 40 frames. I'm really just trying to get a lot of like obscure 90s flicks, and I feel like the pricing is pretty good on those still. It's hard to get, a lot.
I want to get
80s
one of
stuff
those
under 100.
portfolios to put all of them in, man, because like that's the one thing I'm worried about them getting damaged or whatever. Because if you watch the poster video from years and years ago, all those are still in those big sleeves in this other room here. So, and I can't really look at them at any point in time. There's probably 70 posters in there.
that
I'm waiting for UB to
portfolio's-
send me that Frankenhooker one. You've been promising me that for a while.
That portfolio is really nice. It's not cheap, but it's really nice.
Yeah, it's a couple $100, I think.
It'll hold a lot of posters. A lot of posters.
I need to break down and get it.
Shout out to Bulkhead72. Thank you for the $4.99. I rarely buy new. eBay and record stores are a godsend for buying used. Delayed gratification saves a lot of money where there's a will or where there's a goodwill.
I wish we had more stores around here that I could get used shit. We've got nothing.
Shit, I can't get anything because CK.
I make my rounds, man.
I'm coming down to that Goodwill one time.
No, the key is I go every week. You have to go every week at least. It's the only way you're gonna
I still find nothing but old crusty DVDs and VHS tapes.
The only good thing I've ever found at a Goodwill was a Nightmare on Elm Street VHS, and it was like none I've ever seen before because it's got the flaps on both top and bottom.
It's probably an early one.
Yeah, and it was like the tape was just in perfect condition. Like it had never looks like it had never. It wasn't an X rental. It looked like it had never even been played. It was just in excellent condition. Yeah. Well, let me ask you guys this: what do you guys think is the best physical media release of the year so far? If you had to crown just one, what would it be?
Sometimes I forget what comes out. But I mean, I love Salem's Lot. I think that was such a great release, even though we had it, we had a Blu-ray. But this was just unbelievable to have both cuts finally together. The 4K looked great, had a lot of features. The presentation was really good. I feel like I loved that black and purple. I just think everything about it, to me, was fantastic.
Yeah, that was a great release. That was a great release for sure. What do you think, Ken?
I'd put Excalibur pretty high up there. That was a pretty great release.
Okay.
There was like new documentaries on it, tons of features, multiple cuts. It looked excellent on 4K. If you're talking about strictly picture quality, though, it's probably Ben-Hur. That was an incredible 4K. And Warner Brothers put new features on it, and yeah, it looked phenomenal.
Very nice.
We don't care about picture quality.
Oh, the Phantom. The Phantom. I got to shout out the Phantom because Kino Lorber, they got Billy Zane on there for a 40-minute interview.
Oh,
Hell
nice.
Yeah.
Got him at a convention.
Love that release.
I think Kino is like one of my favorite studios just because they try to keep it affordable for everybody. Everything is uniform. They use the original artwork and everything. They keep it simple.
Just watched my Harry and the Hendersons the other night.
They don't like me.
They're hot and cold with me too.
I get a cold shoulder anytime I trash a release. So,
who, Kino?
They didn't respond to me for like a year.
What did you trash recently?
Terror Train. It looked horrible.
Well, it's a horrible movie, so it kind of goes hand in hand.
No.
It's really not though. It's
I actually like Terror Train.
It looked like Leprechaun. They completely ripped all the color out, and
Leprechaun was bad.
And I heard that they don't do any sort of restoration work themselves. They just get whatever from the studio.
Studio Canal, they do a lot of stuff.
So they're not looking at any of this, and I'm like a lot of these companies. They want people to just open them up on camera. They don't want you to talk about what the movie looks like.
I'll be honest too. The Great Outdoors didn't look great.
Oh, I was just going to ask if anybody had gotten that already. Shit, it doesn't look that great.
Not really.
Even in
good.
the outdoors.
What about Harry and the Hendersons?
But they do great work. I like just their plain Blu-ray releases they come out with. A lot of them they're doing 4K scans, and oftentimes their Blu-rays will be really good quality. Yeah. Like this Western right here, Bend of the River, looks phenomenal.
It's too late, Ken. You've been buried. they're done
I'm
with
telling you, dude. They
Bend of the River. Anthony Mann, James Stewart. Come on, guys.
They're I keep saying midnight to 12. It was a band that was called that. They're 12 to
10 to midnight.
10 to midnight looked really good.
I just watched the other night. That
looked really good.
Yeah.
So they lucked out with that one.
Shout out to Michael K 1983. Thank you for the $9.99 for the Cardboard Rigidity Fund. Hard Times Daddy. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
So Ken, what do you think? What was the reason behind the Great Outdoors? Now, did that have a Blu-ray? It did, right?
There were some scenes that looked okay, but for like, like a camping outdoorsy movie, I just expect a little bit more as far as the picture quality.
'Cause I only have the DVD, and I really want.
Oftentimes, like summer camp movies look amazing in 4K.
Yeah.
Like I liked Friday the 13th Part 2 in 4K. The Burning in 4K looked amazing. The Sleepaway Camp movies looked really good.
All right, it's good to know.
Do you have a favorite release of the year so far, Christian?
I got a couple. For me, it's not like I'm always movie first. So if it's an experience that like meant a lot to me, that counts a lot. So for me, Demon Warp is hands down one of the funniest movies I've watched so far this year. And
Demon Warp was good.
I had a blast with that. So that's one of them. And honestly, the Faces of Death was pretty good too. I like that. And they had and this is the other thing I like, they unearthed stuff that's never been seen before. So on that release, they actually showed them prepping a scene where the alligator kills one of the cops and is dragging his body in the water. And they show a guy setting up, I think they killed a gator and literally like puppeteered this gator. And they took a dummy cop and put it in the gator's mouth. And the guy was under the gator working it. And it was wild watching them do that because it does look real when they're filming it. So that release in and of itself was great. The movie was garbage, the new one. I don't know if anybody saw that. I hated it, but that 4K was really good too.
Demon Warp looked so good on that 4K.
Yeah,
it
so
looked incredible.
I used to shit on Vinegar Syndrome. I'm actually gonna start like not, because say what you will, their stuff always looks good. And
it does come out on time. That's a big thing.
Shout out to The Gambler too, which is a James Caan movie. Came out like right after The Godfather, but that movie was excellent.
Yeah,
and it looked great. It was a cinematograph release.
Yeah. This looked good too, by the way. I'm gonna film my review on this tonight, but I genuinely really like this movie.
It's a good nature look, a good vibe to it. And you were talking about. Yeah,
I won't spoil anything because I feel like a lot of people probably haven't seen this, including me. But when I found out Clu Gulager was in it, because I love Return of the Living Dead so much, I literally couldn't wait. But that was a good movie too, and it looked good. So, I mean, I just think we're at a point now where it's like we know who puts in the work. You go back to asking about like Christian. I don't think I got to answer this, but like, what would I spend? First off, I also don't want to come on here and like act like I'm some charlatan when I get review copies of stuff. So I would sound like an idiot if I'm going to bitch about pricing when I get to review stuff, when we get to review stuff on YouTube. But I'm not going to come on here and pretend like I don't get review stuff. But I think you look at what's relative to what you pay. And if it's coming from Slippy, who I like, somebody kept trying to say I'm giving him shit. I'm not giving him shit. Slippy or Vinegar Syndrome or some of these other companies,
I don't like
you can see the visual when you watch the film. You can see, wow, they put a lot of work into that. Only Vinegar Syndrome would go through what they did for Dirty Work, in my opinion. I love Dirty Work. So my point is, you look at what the companies are that are releasing it. Don May Jr., I'm not going to say a bad word about that son of a bitch because everything he does looks fantastic. The dude fought for the Kindred for almost 10 years. He did not. Anybody else would have gave up on that.
No replacement discs ever.
But so that's why they don't relative to what you're paying every year, because he spends all that time and on all that stuff, and that's why he's only putting out like 4 movies a year.
So that's what I'm getting at. What you pay is relative to what you get, because a lot of companies are charging a lot. Slippy's going to do a great job. Don May is going to do a great job, and most of the time, Vinegar Syndrome, whether you like the movies or not, or if people want to get upset that they're doing the Golden Child, it's like, well, would it have looked better if Kino did the Golden Child? No. So there's that.
Yeah, but you could have picked up the Golden Child for $17.99. And
yes,
that's fair.
Yeah,
but yeah, Kino is very insecure. I got no problem saying it publicly. I don't need anything from you guys anymore, but I'm not going to lie. I've been doing this too long. I will not bullshit my audience and just open it up on camera. If it looks like shit, I will say it.
Well, it sounds like us 20 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, you
coming to you on May 26th is The Great Outdoors.
That's why Scream Fuckers didn't.
And you got Bend to the River.
Bookery.
I genuinely think they need to. I genuinely think something's wrong with Terror Train. Like genuinely, I said they need to look into this. It looks like Leprechaun, and Lionsgate was like, yeah, we screwed Leprechaun up. We're gonna fix that. And good on them.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to shit on Lionsgate for a second.
I'm gonna ask you guys. I'm gonna ask you guys in a minute who's the best boutique label going right now. But go ahead, Garrett.
Oh no, I mean this is very minor, but I've been really digging. We talked about television earlier. I'm going to give them props on their Paramount Screams VHS tapes that they're doing. I fucking love it. I think that they come out great. They did a really cool releases, so I always snag some of those like old school ones. Like, I mean, you got to get Witchboard too. I mean, that's a given. Student Bodies, Leprechaun, Monster Squad, all that stuff. And but now Lionsgate's throwing a couple out there, and you know, the first one I got the American Psycho, and I was like, oh, I'll get it because it's unrated. I'll check it out. I don't have this on VHS anyways. I wasn't happy with it. And one, it was like widescreen, which kind of pissed me off. And then I ended up getting the Leprechaun one only because I was supposed to meet Warwick Davis, and I just thought it'd be a cool item for him to sign. Well, Warwick Davis canceled, so I got the VHS. Never met Warwick. I didn't buy Cabin Fever or anything like that. I just really wasn't digging the cover art and all that stuff. But
Cabin Fever was actually a great release, though.
That was, well, I'm not saying I'm just saying the VHS tape. I'm not saying that
documentary on there was fantastic.
Yeah, not the VHS, bro.
They didn't put the documentary on the VHS. You kidding me?
Oh, on the VHS tape?
No, I'm just kidding.
But what I'm gonna say is, dude, though the two I have, the VHS tapes are falling apart. Not the inside, but the boxes. Both of them. They're all undone. Like the glues all come off and like everything's unflapped. And I'm like, guys, I've had VHS tapes here from fucking 1980 that are still intact. Like, how are both of these coming apart? So I don't know what they're doing over there with the
modern glue sucks.
But both of my only Lionsgate VHS tapes are both cases are completely apart. I don't know. So I just thought it was kind of random. Not that anybody's buying those. I don't want to buy them anymore either. But the two I have, it's kind of weird to just see those cases.
The Leprechaun VHS probably look better than the 4K.
I didn't get the 4K. I didn't buy that, so I wasn't gonna get it.
That's the only way to watch a Leprechaun, brother.
I'm fine with my Blu-ray box set of Leprechauns. I don't really
I'm talking about DVDs of those.
4K of it.
Well, I guess this could lead to an interesting question. How do you guys choose what movies you're upgrading from Blu-ray to 4K or from
just get it all?
Because there's a lot of movies in my collection, even ones that I love, where I'm like, I'm fine with the Blu-ray. I'm fine with I don't need it in 4K.
I think we say that about 10 times a week now. Really, like I'm fine with the Blu-ray.
And then 2 weeks later, you're showing off the 4K.
Legitimately, at this point, it would have to be something in terms of like the upgrade that I absolutely love. Like Garrett was talking about To Live and Die in LA. That's a movie to me where if they put out a version of that every week, I'd probably buy it. So
that's my favorite Freakin' movie too.
I mean, that's just how I am. I mean, if it's just barely increased,
but it would have been so much better quality. If it was that hard box because it would have went right next to Cruising. I think fit perfectly.
It's a good way to look at it. Actually, don't start talking like that because it might make me do it.
Yeah. And they even did Digipack from the Criterion Collection, so they would still kind of be in boxes together for Sorcerer.
I'm being very picky too. I think what I'm looking for now is the definitive editions where I can say, yeah, I don't need to buy this ever again. I think that's really what it's coming down to for me. If it's hard to say. I mean, there's a lot. I think I might have bought one thing from Second Sight this year. You know, like I'm really slowed down as far as like what I'm picking up, unless it's something I just don't have a good edition for. So if it's something that maybe I only have the DVD or the VHS, usually I'll pick it up. If it's something that I find that I have, you know, on a Scream Factory Blu-ray, I really don't necessarily need to upgrade it. I didn't get Terror Train. I didn't get Leprechaun. I'm just trying to think of ones we talked about tonight.
There's like 20 versions of Terror Train too, man. Like that's another one where I'm just like,
Scream Factory, and Scream
it's
Factory
not worth grabbing anything from Kino Lorber week one. They do these sales every 3 months, and most of the time they will have stuff that just came out 3 months ago in the sales.
I mean, have you ever seen the Scorpion release of Terror Train on Blu-ray? It looks amazing. So it's like I don't really need.
And that release actually has all the features.
Yeah, I don't
Kino
need a 4K of that. I guess that's one way to look at it. Like if it's a Blu-ray that's really high quality and it has a bunch of features, why would you need a 4K really?
Mm-hmm. Like Christian, I was talking about Demon Warp. Like that was a must for me because I didn't have it. I didn't have that movie at all. And I was so happy to finally get that, and it looks fantastic. And I don't think I'll ever have to buy that movie again. So I was happy to spend the money on it.
Yeah. Cool.
I actually think with Scream Factory kind of going by the wayside that it's really not been a big year for people having a double dip. They really, I mean, look at Arrow. I think they've done a great job. They have put out some stuff where people can be like, well, maybe, I can stick with my Blu-ray for Salem's Lot. But then again, Salem's Lot's never had a release that felt like anybody gave a shit about it.
Agree.
Like a collector's edition. So, I mean, Blue Thunder, Inner Space. I didn't even own any of these movies before.
Blue Thunder was amazing.
It was,
I'd never seen that movie before. I just thought it was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, so Arrow's been really good about putting out a lot of stuff that either A, has never gotten like a release that felt like, okay, this is for fans of this movie, like Mortal Kombat and Ninja Turtles and, stuff like that. So I actually think right now this year's been really good about people not having to feel like they're double dipping.
I think Arrow is like if Kino and Synapse combined, and so it's affordable enough, but they also always do like an amazing job with the packaging, and it always looks really good too. So it's kind of like the perfect company. It's like the perfect physical media.
That Turtles box set was down to $41
That's
last
insane,
week.
isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it is insane. But Wes, the reality is, if you know what it costs them per box to make these, it's really not insane.
so we should really be mad at Sleepy.
And they probably made a ton of those as well.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure Slippy's making at least 50% more than what he pays per box on the sales. That's just business, though. Anybody that watches Shark Tank learns how fucked every customer's getting when we buy stuff.
Of all the companies, though, I would say that Arrow's probably selling the most.
Oh, their volume is huge.
Labels.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Sure.
Especially what they're getting ready to do with Stranger Things.
I'm sure they sold north of 100,000 of those Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell's. I'm sure they sold north of 100,000.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
They were huge.
Yeah.
When it comes to someone like Slippy, who's basically when you look at his catalog, he's putting out stuff that has just been lost for a long time. And he's such a special features guy and whatnot. A lot of his editions are getting all these new features. Like I'm going to tell you right now, Fright Night is going to be stacked with interviews, stacked with comments, stuff that we had never seen before. Now, when you take the price into perspective, I don't know these things, but I mean, is he paying everybody to do these interviews and stuff like that? If he is, then I can see where some of the money
I'm sure
he's got to go to, right? Because he's getting all brand new stuff from people who haven't talked about this film in probably 30 years or whatever. So I can understand from some aspects if a company's putting all this kind of extra work into it and not just porting over a couple things, on why maybe the pricing it does become a little bit different because of all the stuff they've got to pay for on the back end. But if it has to just do with the boxes, you're right. Like they're probably making a ton of money based on what it probably cost them to get 1,000 boxes or whatever.
Well, now some of these boutiques I've heard don't offer to pay for interviews. So
Scream Factory was that way. Everybody knew that.
Was that way. Scream Factory was that way for sure. Yeah.
That's why Bruce Campbell was like, the best I can do is answer the phone for Escape from LA. He's like, I'll answer the phone.
Well, let me ask you guys about Scream Factory because they've been on the downslide of things for the past few years. And do you guys think that this Day of the Dead 4K is going to be their last hurrah?
Unfortunately not.
No. They own too many movies to go out of business.
I don't know. But the rumor was that Second Sight was going to try to make a companion piece to Dawn with the Day. And if that's the case, they better start announcing it pretty soon because I think people are going to be pissed if that Scream Factory one comes in and then they're like, oh, by the way, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
But I don't know how true that rumor is.
Yeah. How true is that? Because it feels like it would be more likely Arrow would do it in the UK than Second Sight. Because they kind of work together.
Well, either one's a better option than Scream Factory. So.
Here's the thing. Who owns that? Who owns that Interpositive? If somehow Scream Factory owns it, no. Let's pretend you're in that position. Are you going to say, "Oh, Arrow, you guys want to do it? Yeah, we'll let you guys use this or this, but yeah, you can't announce it till ours is out. Are you think we're stupid? It's all business.
Well, that's what they're doing.
Will any of these companies release this after Scream Factory? I'm sure.
Those golden
but you won't know about it till Scream Factories is out. That's how this works.
Like
That's what I'm
the
saying.
Golden Princess.
I'm
stuff,
still
like
not
the
gonna
John
buy
Woo
it.
stuff. They
Yeah.
put that out, and then 3 months later they'll announce the Arrow version. So it's like
Of
a
course,
3 month
of
delay.
course,
Wow.
of course. You know, but we're just not going to know about it. We're not going to know about it.
But other than Day of the Dead, I have no idea what else they're putting out. I don't remember the last time
The
I saw a Scream
Burbs.
Factory announcement.
Yeah,
Really?
they're putting out a bunch of 4Ks. They've already
They
put out
did
one.
nothing the first 6 months of the year, and then they announced like 18 titles in 1 month.
Really?
It's like they
that
just opened
totally
up the
missed it.
floodgates.
I
Yeah.
totally
Yeah,
missed
it's
all
all
that.
in groove. And they announced some stuff for July too. It wasn't much, but it was I forget what the main title was.
I'm stoked for the Burbs, but they could have did better with that. I was actually kind of
Yeah,
pissed that
they're
Arrow
very
didn't get it.
shitty editions with no features. Like they done the Devil's Advocate this year, and Outbreak, bare bones, nothing on those. No
That's
features
kinda-
or
that's
anything.
Oh,
kinda what
dude, they
they've been
screwed
doing,
me on
though.
Time Cop. Time Cop, they didn't.
Time
throw
Cop, nothing.
on there.
But they put the special feature for Time Cop on End of Days.
I know.
Like,
I was so glad when they interviewed that they had a whole segment about it.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. It was the same guy that directed.
Could y'all not
Midnight.
split
Okay,
this
yeah.
up and make Time Cop feel like it had something?
Yeah. Which why is Time Cop a Scream Factory release anyway? There's nothing.
Was it
scary
Scream
about
Factory
Time
proper?
Cop. Yes.
Yeah.
Is that the
They
scary?
did
just
what?
picked-
What
I
did they
just
do?
picked that up
Cyborg,
recently.
and what else did they do?
Cyborg, I get, dude. Cyborg is brutal.
They're like, oh, we're gonna get all of our.
Garbage
Cyborg
Pail
is brutal.
Kids was Scream Factory.
What is it?
Oh yeah, they just announced unlawful entry.
Again,
Come-
that's
Yeah,
a
on
whole other
4K.
To come to 4K after they realized
And
that,
see, shit like that pisses
people actually want to
Oh,
buy it.
100%. Imagine the people that spent all that money on a third party because Scream Factory's like, it was limited. That's it.
I
And then
spent
everybody spent all
$40
this
to buy the
money.
limited Blu-ray.
Oh,
Well, I got
That
when they
that looked like
re-announced it,
shit,
I
by
got
the
it.
way. That Blu-ray looked like shit. Absolute garbage.
I
Looked
get
like
the
a
feeling though
Tubi
that
stream.
the people behind Scream Factory now are different than the people that were behind it last year or whatever before this sale. It doesn't feel like the same company at all.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody championing it at all.
They're doing a lot of weird things, like they're releasing steel books for movies, like first time on 4K, like The Gray and End of Watch, and then like a couple months later, they're putting the slipcover versions out. So it's like they're doing stuff in reverse. Usually they would do the slipcover version, then
Yeah.
the steel book, or they would announce them both at the same time. It's
Yeah.
just kind of a weird strategy.
Their golden era is over.
It's been over for a long time.
It's weird
unfortunately.
though, man, because up until the point they folded, there was still a ton of people that defended them. And I mean, when they were
They could do no
releasing
wrong.
nothing but 4K re-releases almost of their Blu-rays, everybody was still up their ass. And now it's
It
like,
ended with Seed of Chucky on 4K for me.
But all of these new announcements, are they new releases or are they re-releases?
A lot of them are just 4K upgrades.
Okay.
Like Pleasantville, they announced they never had Pleasantville. That was kind of an original that they put out. Which that's a cool movie. I like that movie. So
If they were smart, they'd start licensing out all them Corman titles.
Yeah, I don't understand that they've had the Corman library for years, and there's a lot of the Corman stuff that they've not put out.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're sitting.
they
on
had
it.
a run of them last year, but then they stopped.
Well, they buy up, they have to buy a bunch of them, and some of them they have no desire to ever do, which again, who's making these decisions? Because some of the titles that they probably have no desire to do, people would be more interested in than some of the stuff that they do. I mean,
Yeah.
they did Humanoids Mid-Deep, which is a hood classic. So I'm glad they did that, but where the hell's my Munchies?
Yeah, where's
Munchie's box set.
Tell you laughing, Uncle Bill.
where's hard to
Just-
kill?
just the fact that I spent like,
Carnosaur movies.
I spent
too.
years
They
trying to
ever come
get
out
Sleepy
with
to
those?
release Munchies, and then you bring up Munchies like I was.
A Carnosaur box set is well needed. I mean, that thing has been out of print for
Maybe like
forever.
is the elements there though? Maybe it's something like that because you would think they would have done those.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I mean,
Elite?
we need a Sorority House Massacre 2. And what's the other one? I just mentioned it. Now I've already forgotten.
Hard to kill.
Hard to kill. We need
Yeah.
that as a double feature.
You know what
Frat, we
that's
need
a
that one.
no-brainer.
You know what I would think would actually
King Frat.
go over pretty big if he would do it, and I got a feeling he'd probably be open to it, is if Scream Factory or Arrow or another company, anything but Kino, if somebody could go to Charles Band and say,
Just had a
listen, you can't do these 4Ks right. You just don't, you're not doing it right. Let
Thank you,
us.
Joey.
Break his
You're right.
heart,
Hard to
man.
No,
hear.
listen.
I think he
Seriously.
probably knows that.
No, he does know that. He know. I asked him about it. He says, "Yeah, we dropped the ball big time on that, and we're figuring out." Somebody should say, "Listen, let us license your stuff, your first 5 years of Full Moon. Let us do these movies, and we will pay you a nice chunk of money. Let us put out Puppet Master on 4K. Let us do Castle Freak. Let us do that." I
You didn't
guarantee
think the
people
Puppet
would
Master
love that
3
stuff.
4K looked good?
It looked great. No, it did. It looked absolutely great.
I remember it looking good.
Yeah, but Trancers was so bad that people were really upset how much they
I didn't get
ruined
that.
Trancers.
I watched that recently in the Umbrella box set.
Yeah, great movie, but it looks no better than a Blu-ray.
Now, let me ask you this: I didn't get the box set for the Umbrella. I only got the one with Puppet or the Demonic Toys. Now, do those transfers look any different? Or are they the same that we already have?
They're the same, but there are new features on there.
Yeah,
if you care about that.
Well, I would argue with those movies that the picture quality is over everything because Charlie's always done those video zones. People know about the behind the scenes in those movies. People want to see, and those movies were all shot on 35, dude. Like Castle Freak would be like the #1 film I'd want to see. That's like my white whale at this point to see on 4K is Castle Freak.
101 Films has been putting out a lot of them recently, but
cool releases, but it's
Blu-ray.
Blu-rays.
Yeah, I don't know why they're not doing 4K because that I think Castle Freak was like a year or so ago. They did that.
I think Charlie should let somebody just do them, let them get paid. And honestly, if I had my druthers about it, it'd be Vinegar Syndrome because I know that they would look the absolute best if they did it.
Yeah,
so
for sure. Shout out Bulkhead 72 for the $1.99. VS Gems can be life-changing. The Passing, 1983.
Yeah, but they can also be life-altering. I finally watched The Laughing Dead. I nearly threw my shoe at the TV.
I bought
a piece of shit
years ago.
I
think I bought that for like $11.
Dude, some of these movies are so bad.
Bills.
They're so bad, dude.
There have been a lot of little diamonds in the rough that I'd never seen or heard of, and then I got the Blu-ray or 4K, and I Don't Panic. God, I love that freaking movie.
Oh yeah, all those movies are great. Was it Ruben Galindo or whatever?
Ruben Galindo, yeah. So
Beanie's Bathtub too. That's a good one.
I agree with Vinegar Syndrome though.
I
love some of those like hidden gems. Like I love it. I still am finding them. Like I still have a bunch of Vinegar Syndrome stuff that I bought on a sale that I haven't even dipped into yet. So I'm chipping away at those, and I'm like, man, I'm finding some good shit in here. Not for everybody, I might find that I like some of those movies more than I like. I don't know. Probably Ben-Hur, like Ken was talking about, but hey.
Oh, come on. You got to watch Ben-Hur at least. It's only 4 hours.
No, I have it. I'm just saying I have it on DVD. I'd probably never buy it again, but I'm just saying for me, I would rather watch some of those, really low budget horror movies from the 80s, these lost gems, and have more fun with it than I would that. But that's just me. Everybody's different.
What about The Fear? Did you watch The Fear?
Oh, I've got The Fear.
Oh, yeah.
I've got The Fear. Oh, yeah.
There's another movie called Fear that I think people should check out with Ali Sheedy. I don't think that has any release either.
When are we going to get the Mark Wahlberg Reese Witherspoon Fear?
I love
it's on Blu-ray, I think. Yeah,
it is.
You would think that Vinegar would maybe, attempt to tackle
do a Fear box set.
Yeah. That would be awesome. Yeah. That would be awesome. Yeah.
Choose your fear.
Have you guys ever discovered any disc decay or any issues like that with any of your discs? Because I never have.
Not on a 4K. Not yet.
No.
I've not with a 4K, a Blu-ray, or a DVD.
Even when the Warner Brothers DVD rot thing stared going around last year, I was checking a lot of my Warner Brothers DVDs and didn't find any.
I think we've all had greasy discs. I don't know if it's talking about that.
The off-gassing era.
We've all had the off-gassed ones, yes.
You know what? So I will say my House of a Thousand Corpses, that first Lionsgate from back in the day, that stopped working for me. So if it was rot or anything, I don't know, but that didn't play anymore. So when the new one came out, that's one of the reasons I jumped on it for sure, because it looked fantastic, but it was one of the first Blu-rays I ever bought, but it just wouldn't play anymore. Did anybody else have that issue with that one?
That's a killer looking Blu-ray still to this day, though.
For sure. Well, we talked about, Scream Factory's been on the downslide. They went from being, I think, the king. Like they reigned. Well,
Oh, they had a generational run, dude, from
they had
2013 and
yes, they had an insane run, and then it just kind of the wheels fell off. Who do you guys think is who's the boutique king now?
I thought you were gonna say, who do you guys think is to blame? I was going these guys up here.
I sure hope so, but I don't think I can take credit for that.
No, I mean they fell down the same well that Anchor Bay did in their declining days.
They did the same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah. I look at them exactly in the same place. Anchor Bay was like the DVD era and the Blu-ray era was Scream Factory. And I feel like when it comes to horror, like I put those at the top of the pedestal. Like, when it came to the banger hits that they were putting out, and then a lot of these underrated, overlooked gems that were hidden in there. Like I've been doing a lot of Scream Factory stuff, talking about these non-collector's editions of movies like that a lot of people probably didn't even know existed, or I grabbed and never seen for the first time. Like one I'm going to bring up, The Borrower, was a fucking blast and a half. And I had never even heard of that movie until that release from Scream Factory. I didn't own it. I never seen it, but I bought that on a blind buy. And I'm like, wow, where the hell has this been all my life? I don't even know if it had a DVD, to be quite honest with you, but I was still finding a lot of horror movies from Scream Factory and some of those like weird, non-collector's editions that are absolute bangers that I had never seen before. And I feel the same way about my Anchor Bay collection. Is I found a lot of movies that have now become cult hits from, trying it out because of the little boat on the side. Same way with Scream Factory was the same way. Now, what do I think now? I think Anchor Bay's, I think Arrow Video is the king right now, but I still will say, and I'll go out and say, I still think for me, Vinegar Syndrome is the one that I'm still finding the most hidden shit still. Do I think they're the kings right now? I think they need some big releases. I think they need this Dead Alive, Brain Dead shit. I don't know which company's going to do this. It's probably going to be Arrow, but I think Vinegar Syndrome really needs that to kind of keep themselves, in that same ballpark, as I think Arrow's running away with it, in my opinion, here in the States for sure. I think Vinegar Syndrome needs a couple big hits for them right now.
Yeah, probably the past at least 2 years, like maybe 1 or 2 releases a year from Vinegar Syndrome. So that's way down from where
I can't believe they have so many subscribers still, because like most of the stuff that's included in the subscription, if you go back and look, man, that's a lot of just shit. I mean, stuff that I wouldn't be interested in at all.
So I've told this story before, and if you guys have heard this before, I apologize. But one of the funniest things I've ever seen, I'm in a Vinegar Syndrome fan group on Facebook. Somebody made a post saying, "How do I cancel my subscription? All of these movies suck."
Yeah.
He got absolutely destroyed in the comments from people saying, "Welcome to Vinegar Syndrome." What were you expecting? So it was. I think about it now and I just laugh because the comments were so hilarious, man. Just roasting this guy.
It might be the same group I'm in. I saw a post not too long ago. Actually, that group now has become a lot of people selling a lot of stuff. Which never used to be the case. It was everybody wanted everything. Now everybody's trying to kind of get rid of some stuff.
Everybody just trash.
There was a post the other not too long ago where someone says, "Where can I sell all this porn? eBay won't let me sell it there." Like, so it's like they're stuck with all this shit and they don't know what to do with it.
That would be interesting. Like you subscribed and you didn't realize that some of the stuff you're going to get is porn, and like you're opening it in front of family or whoever. You're like, wait a minute, what is?
And you got to put on eBay and it blocks it from.
Yeah.
I think though, to what you were saying, Piz, and we've said this before on other shows. Like to me, the company that's had the hardest kind of like downfall over the past, I don't know, 2 years has been Vinegar Syndrome. And it all really started when they started buying all that crap from like the 90s, 2000, like those like Congo, Virtuosity,
Congo,
just all
Roadhouse,
that kind of shit. And then like, I don't know who asked for any of that stuff, but like all that started coming out, and then it just seemed like they're
losing their identity a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. something happened around that time.
I think Severin films have been out Vinegar Syndrome over the last couple of years.
Yeah,
If that
I
makes
agree.
any sense.
No, that makes perfect sense. I totally agree. Yeah. Ken, who's the king?
Definitely Kino Lorber.
I
I do
knew
like
it.
Kino Lorber a lot. Arrow Video. I mean, it's hard to deny them, but also I feel like it really just depends on your taste and the kind of movies that you're into. If you're into more mainstream stuff, I think Kino Lorber and Arrow Video is kind of satisfying those itches. But if you're into more cult, obscure stuff, it's Vinegar Syndrome. If you're into more prestige, like foreign cinema, Criterion Collection, Radiance Films, there's something for everybody. So,
What do
if
you
you want to
think,
get a Tea Leaf Burns on 4K, you go to Criterion Collection.
There you go. Who do you think is the king, CK?
I mean, it's Arrow. That's who's for the last couple of years. I don't think anybody's gotten really that close to them. Maybe Second Sight, but I still think it's like a distant second.
Yeah.
Because Arrow, every month, man, they've got banger after banger after banger every month. And it's stuff that people want. That's the difference. I mean, Severin, I love their releases and everything, and we get their stuff sent for review. I wouldn't buy that shit, though. Like, I'm interested in seeing what it is just because it's fucking crazier and shit. Like, some of this Indonesian horror stuff and all this, but I would never
You would
buy
buy
it.
the
No.
disco
Fear.
box set.
Fear in the
No.
Philippines.
But the documentaries are good and all that stuff, but this isn't something I'd be willing to spend money on. And I think that we try to mention that in the reviews too. I mean, they do a great job with all their stuff, and we actually get along really well with David Gregory now, believe it or not. But there's just not anything that's I would spend my own money on. With
It's
with
good
Severin.
for film exploration, if you want to dive
Yeah.
deeper into this stuff. Like if you've seen all the mainstream stuff and you're bored and you want to explore a little bit.
And
You've seen
Sandpiper
all the
Pictures.
mainstream stuff, then you've seen all the Vinegar
Sandblaster.
Syndrome stuff, and then like
You're
one level
done.
below
You want
that.
to keep
like,
going deeper and deeper.
yeah.
I wanted to put Sandpiper Pictures in there too. Bog Zombie
Yeah.
reminded me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you start
yeah-
getting into Deaf Crocodile and Mondo Macabro.
Mhm. But yeah, I mean, I think clearly it's Arrow, and Second Sight would be Second Sight's number 2, but I think maybe a little. Second Sight just doesn't put out as
Second
many
Sight's
releases.
fallen off for me a little bit the past year and a half.
I mean, they had that big Hitcher release, and then the Blair Witch set was huge. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how you follow. Like, those are just two massive.
They're just doing a
releases.
lot of movies that I love, like The Guest and Drive and It Follows and The Witch, and they're just releasing all that
but those
stuff.
were
and-
like 5 years ago. That's
That Drive.
yeah, that was just a
4K.
great time.
That Drive
down.
4K is unreal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bog Zombie, thank you for the $2. RIP Code Red, Anchor Bay, Scorpion, and Olive.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm excited for that Devil's Candy 4K though. I did order that.
See, like for me, that's like I'm fine with my Scream Factory release. Like I don't need that again.
I got the DVD of that at a Dollar Tree, I think, and it was a Scream Factory. That's all I have.
What are there any big releases coming up in the next few months you guys are looking forward to?
Friday Night 2.
Friday Night 2.
It's number 1 on my list for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a big one.
What else? What else is coming? I mean, again,
have
we've
to
got the
look.
Vinegar Syndrome next week. The show. I mean, who's to say what they're gonna
Explorers.
I was going to say this really quick. I'm going to make a prediction that Vinegar Syndrome will actually end up clinching the year because we haven't seen what they're doing with Warner Brothers yet. I think that they might have some big upsets. And we
What
might even
happened to
find out
that-
about it. Excuse me, I was talking. And we might even find out about that this Friday night with their big announcements. I'm kidding, Ken. I'm
What,
just gonna
what-
go ahead.
what happened with the
I love it.
Iconoscope line? They still figuring out the packaging?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. That was
They haven't done anything with that since January.
No.
And it was supposed to be a big deal, I thought.
Took my Gator bait money.
Sons of bitches.
That's just funny. Took my Gator bait money and ran.
He needs to get on the next video you have with Brad Henderson there and post that.
Has there been any speculation as to what the Vinegar Syndrome mystery releases are going to be?
It's going to be
Some people are saying
shitty.
Dead Alive. I just have a hard time thinking
Underwhelming.
Their mystery releases are typically dog shit. So
yeah,
like,
like that's their track record says that it's not going to be something that's going to make us flip out. I mean,
George Bush,
Dead Alive and
George
Bad
Bush
Taste.
said it-
Men
said
at
it
work
best.
on 4K.
Fool me
I don't
once, shame on me, or some shit. Fool me twice, can't get fooled again.
Yeah.
Like,
Now watch this
every
drive.
every single time that somebody gets excited about Vinegar Syndrome, it's always something awful. So I wouldn't fall in that trap.
It's gonna be Bloodsport, brother. They're finally gonna drop.
It might be like Bloodsport 3 or something like that. If there is one.
I
all
actually-
the blood sport movies in one set.
Okay, you know what Vinegar Syndrome needs to put out? It's not great, but
Something good.
it's not bad either. Monster Club. That movie is lost, man. With
Yeah, who
Vincent
did the
Price,
Blu-ray? It was Scorpion, I think.
Scorpion
right?
or something.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I was
Well,
told, I know, Piz, you're a fan of the Rachel Ward Fortress movie, right? I think you've done a
yeah.
review on it.
Mhm.
Felsher, a lot of people aren't reporting on this, so maybe somebody can spread the news. I was talking to Felsher on a live stream, and he mentioned on a live stream, I was like, is HBO still, the owners of that movie? He said, in the U.S., but overseas, somebody is remastering that movie right now.
I think it's going to
Oh.
be Umbrella, probably. To be honest with
Nice.
you, 'cause they do
Umbrella.
a
So
lot
that'll
of
be
that.
huge, man. That's an underrated one.
I
Really
mean,
quick,
it makes sense that Umbrella would do it.
Yeah,
So,
can I ask you guys? I actually don't think I'm getting it. Are you guys interested in seeing all the Hatchet films in 4K, or you just think like you'd rather just see another movie at this point?
I'm
I
not a
would-
Hatchet fan.
I think I'm passing on it.
I'm not really
I
interested in
think-
seeing Hatchet movies at all.
I
Never.
I cannot get it for many reasons because I can't promote it. It's not worth the money. There's nothing about it that I can honestly say, yeah, go buy this for $180 or whatever it's going for.
Well, I'm
so-
getting it, and I will shill it on the channel.
Yeah,
I
just
just-
chill the hell out of it.
I'd rather
can't
them do
it,
another
so
movie.
I had to pass on it because
Luckily, I
I'm
never
all the
bought that
Blu-rays
Dark
and I'm-
Sky
and I'm
Steelbook.
fine.
set.
I'm
with
holding
that,
out
so-
for that Jeepers Creepers box set. I'd rather.
Yeah, brother.
Don't do it.
Come on, brother. It comes in a truck.
No, but I think that's one of the nicest
That's what he's
sets
laughing.
for the worst bunch of movies that I can think of.
That's like
It's a pretty set, but yeah, the movie it doesn't improve.
Well, they
it.
just
I
they
can't
just
do
added
it.
slip covers to all of them. They didn't have slip
Oh.
covers on them before, and then they added more cardboard
Oh,
last
fair.
week.
And you
Yeah.
wonder though if they keep doing that's like everything's coming on its own package. Then now everything's got slips. Like, do you think they're maybe having
But
trouble selling it? so if
Something
they're
weird's
doing
going
these
on
things-
with Umbrella because the past like 3 or 4 months they've only announced 2 releases every month. Like they've
Problem
slowed
is
down
that-
a lot.
Wait, is Umbrella doing that or is it Imprint? Who is it?
Umbrella.
Hatchet is
Umbrella.
Umbrella.
Oh, Umbrella is okay.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they've just got to the point where,
Who?
Like
They
1
don't have
month they're
anything else to
doing
release.
Return to Silent Hill and We Bury the Dead, and that's the only 2 releases.
Some of these foreign release companies, though, they release some weird shit in 4K. Like,
Yeah.
when they're one of those companies that did American Werewolf in Paris in 4K, and
That was
I
Germany,
need that.
brother. Germany.
Where's
versus-
that at?
yeah, and then, like,
Germany, they'll do anything over there. They'll get right to
the Leatherface movie from 2017, that's in 4K over there, and they don't give a shit.
Hellraiser.
That's Uncle Bill's favorite.
Do you think?
They're just wandering in the hills in
No,
that movie.
that's not that one. Uncle
Wandering
Bill.
around.
Oh no, sorry.
That's one where they did the big
They-
swerve where Leatherface wasn't the big fat kid. It was like
It
the
was a
scrawny
good looking
Oh.
fella,
little-
yeah. Leatherface was once a nice looking young man.
Who
Then he
put that out?
started eating people.
A damn turbine put it out.
They
Oh,
did
what?
release the
Yeah.
definitive edition of Daylight, though. They fixed Keno Lorber's fuck up.
By the way,
I bet
who the
Daniel
hell-
Harris is happy about the
Who's paying $200 for a Hatchet set? Out of curiosity,
Ken.
I don't know, dude. It's just like
Ken ain't paying that.
Dan's gonna tell
Fortunately,
everybody.
I don't have to pay for it.
it's weird.
No.
It's like because
You're gonna tell everybody else to pay for it though.
Yeah, I'm going to be shilling it.
You should totally buy this.
And I'm 100% telling everybody that I bought it. Too.
Loved it.
that's just what
Full disclosure here, folks. I did purchase it.
Ken is
This is
mask
the
off
best
tonight.
$200
man.
I've spent in a long time.
Full disclosure, I did buy this.
Ken is just going mask off tonight, man.
I love it.
Wow, jeez. Well, what
Eel Ken is the best.
I know, yeah, geez. So Vinegar Syndrome has this Warner Brothers deal. What Warner Brothers titles would you guys want to see Vinegar Syndrome release
Looker.
or get the Vinegar Syndrome treatment?
Just look at your Warner Archive.
Let's get Looker out there.
Blu-rays.
We'll get
Let me
Looker,
ask you a
we'll
question
get,
because I don't honestly know. Like,
Airborne.
Innocent Blood.
Did Vinegar?
Innocent
Did
Blood, yeah.
Warner Brothers do the Hidden?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Look at your
That-
Warner Archive Blu-rays. Like that's just showing you what is
The Hidden would
potential
be a
for them
cool
to put
one.
out.
Leatherface.
Leatherface would be a
TCM3.
good one.
Yeah.
Leatherface.
Leatherface, The Hidden, Night School. What about Night School?
Night School.
Yep.
Night
Night School would be
a good
that's an
one.
amazing movie and really underrated.
What about
Yeah,
like TV
100%.
shows and stuff too? Would they license like Freddy's Nightmares? I think it'd be huge if they could.
Well, Bad Ronald would have fit perfectly into that iconoscope or whatever. So let's hope maybe they'll do that.
If they do a box set of that Freddy's Nightmares, it'll sell out super quick. Even though
yeah.
everybody could go watch them for free on Tubi and see how bad they are. That box set will sell out in seconds.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Wolfen.
Wolfen, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's the one with Audrey Hepburn?
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
No, it's like
I think
saw
you're
the
talking about Wait
it's
Until
got
Dark.
yeah, Wait Until Dark. Yeah,
Yeah.
Alan Arkin.
They're gonna do Gremlins
They could do
too.
that one. I would love it if they.
That's got.
But I think they need to get that
would
to
do
Arrow.
Gremlins too.
Yeah, they need
Yeah.
to do a double pack with the first one.
Oh well, because the first one's got that new cut that people keep talking about. Is that real or what? How rad
Wasn't,
would that be
I
to
think
get
so.
that
There was a-
thing?
Night
was like-
School. Wasn't that a Warner Brothers?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one. It's an underrated one.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities.
Bad Ronald.
I think they'll have a big upset though with their Warner Brothers. That'll be like, oh wow, and hopefully it'll be this Friday.
Well, we'll see.
see.
What was one of them was like a 90s splatter movie. It wasn't
Texas
one of them
Chainsaw, brother.
like an early
Everybody's,
80s.
everybody's trying to say that's like Dead Live. I'm like, no, it's not.
Texas Chainsaw 3.
Now, I would see them releasing all them together, maybe in like a box set. What do you guys think?
That would be
Okay.
cool if they did.
Mhm.
I
could
mean,
see
somebody, whoever's going to release it.
that. I could see that happening. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I
let
guess
me
there's a lot of options out there. I just hope it's not something we've seen already. That's the only thing that I'm worried about. Is it's like, oh, we got this from Screen Factory because they didn't relicense it, so we're just gonna put it out in 4K. Like, I'm just not excited for that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things they could do, but they probably won't do any of them.
That's probably right.
I think you and I have the same mindset about Vinegar Syndrome. It's like, yeah, there's a bunch of really good options. They're not going to do any of those.
Well, I'll never forget whenever, what was it, 6 String Samurai or something like that was like a big surprise. And then all these people come out of the woodwork talking about 6 String Samurai.
It's
And
the
we've been
best.
around a long time.
It's underrated, brother.
Never once have I heard any person mention that movie.
But never once.
Not one
had it gotten
time.
a 4K.
Then they
Yeah,
got
That's what you're forgetting.
4K. and
It's some
everybody's like,
underground
finally,
hit. Yeah.
about time.
The 4K effect.
Let me ask you guys about how do you manage space in your collections? Because Garrett, I see you have a huge collection there behind you. Ken, same thing. You got a whole wall. CK, I see a bunch behind you. How do you guys manage space in your collection? Garrett, let me start with you.
It goes through, it goes through spurts. So for instance, I built a shelf and that helped me. I built another. So I have no more shelves to build. There's no more room to build shelves anymore. I'm not going to take over where posters are. Posters are too important for me to have just walls and walls of movies. So I'm at a point now where it's just, I have this wall here that's all non-horror stuff. So a lot of it I just start pulling and then just toting away of things that I know I'm never going to watch again. So also too, with a lot of my other, no matter what label or whatever, I'm kind of going through. There's some like Vinegar Syndrome partner labels that I'm starting to pick out now and being like, I don't need this. I'll never watch this again. So I'm just starting at this point to kind of just trim it a little bit. And that's also why I'm not buying a ton anymore, because space is becoming scarce and I have to, make better choices on what I'm upgrading and what I'm not. So that's for me. And again, it's always a work in progress. It's never going to be perfect, but I will never have movies all over the floor. So I'll figure something out.
He'll give them away.
You say that as I got like 500
Well, I mean,
movies
I
on
have
the
some
floor
movies on
next
the
to
floor
me.
over here, but everything is stacked due to like upcoming videos. It's not there because I don't have any place for it. It's just I try to organize things that way. But I mean,
I got this
space
stack
is
of
the thing
DVDs
that
and Blu-rays.
I said from day one, everybody thought this was fun in games, but when you run out of space, it's not fun anymore. It sucks, actually.
I'm not out of space. I'm out of shelves that I like because the shelves I bought are the place that built
Well, I mean,
them
you don't
isn't-
care to cover up that Halloween 6 poster, so it doesn't matter for you. You'll make that whole room 4 walls and fucking
love
movie.
Yeah, I mean,
Halloween
I'll
6,
tear
don't
it
cover it.
down.
I can't. I'm not doing
I'll tear
it.
it down.
I won't.
Don't tear down that Halloween 6 poster, Ken. Don't do it. Build around it.
No.
I don't want to. It'll be the last thing I tear down. But I still got a living room area out there. I could start moving stuff out too if I need to.
Okay.
So I'll be good for a while.
Okay.
It's just a matter of getting the shelving and trying to figure out what I want to do with everything.
You know, Christian, you built this, you know, this phenomenal room
No,
to
thank you.
house all of your stuff in and decorate. And you've done a phenomenal job with that. Was that decision made because you'd kind of ran out of room elsewhere in the house?
90% of that was, yeah, 90%. Yeah, I had 20 pounds of crap in a 5-pound bag in my other room,
Yeah.
you know, and so it was time to. And what I ended up doing, man, was just like sealing floor to ceiling, building shelves, and I mean, I can fit. I have like, I guess I can show the audience. I have those, I mean, top to bottom. I have 2 of those, and then I got this one right here, and then I have a steelbook shelf. So I have probably, I don't know, maybe how much you think is on just one of these alone in the back wall, probably 500 or 600 movies, and that could be undershooting it. And then, you know, but the thing is, like, I had to, because it's like, that's just one aspect. Like, man, I love all kinds of stuff. Like, I really love Laserdisc, and I have a lot of those. VHS, kinda, and I like masks, although I've kind of retired on a lot of that stuff. I just have Fridays and stuff, but it's like, I feel like besides Ken, most of us like other things. So it's like we have different stuff in our room. I'm just kidding, Ken. But like
You're
have,
right. You're 100% right.
You know, it's like there's like look at most of y'all's background. It's like you see other things, pictures, other, you know. So it's like you really got to get creative. For me, the way it was just like boom, floor to ceiling, build my own shelves.
Well, let me ask you this, Christian. What does your space situation look like now, even with these new shelves? Do you find it getting a little bit low, or where you're going to have to start making different decisions?
I gave myself like about a year's worth of room to put stuff on.
Oh, that's great.
But to be honest with you, even though I do get certain things, not everything, but certain things to review, and then, you know, buying stuff, my buying has gone down drastically from like 3 or 4 years. There was a time where like I just couldn't wait to see what was coming out this week, and I would just get 2 or 3 stuff at a time. Now it's less than half of what I used to do. You know, that's another thing. It's just like I loved 28 years later Bone Temple. I loved it. I wanted to get it, and I just like, God, $25 for the Blu-ray. Like, I'll just wait. I'll wait 25 years until it becomes a cult classic, and then somebody puts it out, and I'll pay 60 for it then. But no, but it's just like, man, some of that stuff, it's not hard to pass up on a lot of stuff that comes out at the store nowadays, because some of it's not cheap. So I have about a year's worth of like every shelf you can move the movie. So I have space, so I can add a Warner Archive, I can add a Vinegar Syndrome, I can add. So I've got room. I've got some room. So I'm good. I'm good for a while.
Very cool. CK, how do you manage your space? You should have a lot going on back there.
I've been out of space for years. I've got this room is pretty much full. The living room, there's a big, probably 7 by 5 foot shelf that's in there that's full of like non-genre stuff. All of my DVDs are out in a storage building, alphabetized still, by the way, so I can find shit. But now, like Christian said, I don't really buy hardly anything anymore. Very rarely do I purchase something. Like I got the Hunter's Blood, I bought it. And I try to make rules. For instance, I don't buy any new studio movie. I just don't. If I want to see it, I'll get it on streaming or something like that, because most of this new shit I don't like anyway. So I don't need it taking up space. But yeah, man, like I've got a little bit of room, I guess, in here for new stuff, but I want to start selling some stuff, I think, soon. So be on the lookout.
Very nice. What about you, Uncle Bill?
I mean, relatively speaking, compared to you all, I don't have a lot of stuff. So I just keep a bunch of shelves and stuff, and then I've got some shit in the floor, which would make Garrett freak out. And then
Yeah, but why don't you have a lot of stuff after all these years? Number one, and number two, you were didn't you subscribe to Vinegar Syndrome for a little while, or did you not?
Lord no. Like,
No.
no.
You promised you wouldn't tell, damn it.
It'd be killer if I was like, secretly, I've been doing that for the last
but I
5
thought,
years.
maybe, I thought maybe like way back at the beginning you did it for a year or something.
I remember
No,
those
I
monthly
never-
hauls.
I never subscribed. No, man, like
But
all
where
of my
is everything? 'Cause,
DVDs,
I mean, you
all
had
the
to-
DVDs and all of the VHS and all that stuff is in storage. So that's number one. Like I don't keep anything. Only thing in here is Blu-ray and 4K.
But
So
you bought a huge house to store everything. Where is it?
it's all
Because
like,
remember, you was either going to build
lining
the
this-
addition on the other house or buy a bigger house, and you chose the bigger house.
yes, that guy wanted me to do that, and I was like, I'll do that for you, sir. I bought a new house and just stored all my stuff so he would shut up. But
No, but like I think that for the amount of stuff that Uncle Bill has and that I know that I've got, we would need a full basement and a pretty damn good sized basement for all of this shit.
Yeah.
Because not only like movies and stuff, records and CDs, posters, guitars, amps. I mean, there's a little bit of everything. So it would have to be a really, really, really big room to hold all this stuff.
it's kind
Yeah,
of a mistake, to be honest. He just got all this shit. Can't do anything with like half of it.
When
It's just a
toys
huge
too, we all have
place.
toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I do now is if I upgrade from a Blu-ray to a 4K, I pull the Blu-ray, or I've taken this stance where I'll look on the shelves, and if there's a movie there that I haven't touched in years and I have no intention of touching within the next few years, I just pull it and put it in storage so I can make room for new stuff that I am going to watch. And that helps a little bit because there was a lot of just stuff on the shelf that I didn't really care about or I didn't really watch. So that's how I've kind of created some new space.
I think what I've learned from Garrett is those, no matter how much space you have, it's just all in what you collect, man. If you collect enough of it, you're going to run out of space.
Yeah, it's true. Very
And
true.
you gotta like you said, you have to have your own rules. Everybody's rules are different, right? Like I have to have rules. I'll pull DVDs if I get an upgrade, but I'll tell you right now, anything Anchor Bay, I don't care how many editions I have of it, it's staying on that shelf because it's something that means a lot to me. We do the podcast, so I always want to pull stuff. So there's a lot of stuff in here that I do have that I haven't pulled, but even Blu-rays, a lot of Blu-rays, if they're studio editions and I move to like a boutique, I'll usually sell or give away on my show, like the studio release or something like that. So again, you got to have specific rules. Like you said, I'm not buying anything really studio anymore either. I've made mistakes of doing that before, and I feel like a lot of times I don't like it and end up just giving it away or returning it or whatever like that. But you just got to have rules or it's going to get insane. It's going to get too crazy. And I have a lot of space. You guys have seen my stuff. I have a ton of space. So the fact that I feel like I'm running out of space, I can only imagine the people out there that are watching us for advice and we're saying, buy this, buy that, buy this. They might not have that kind of room and it's gotten out of hand now.
Yeah. We've had, Fright Night 2, Prom Night 2, well, really all the Prom Night sequels, 976 Evil 2. These are movies that have never been on anything other than DVD. We're getting to that point where my personal list of, my physical media wish list, it seems like every year it gets knocked in half. And like those were like a big chunk of them right there. What's the number one movie still on your guys's physical media wish list? And I mean, you can look at it a couple of different ways. Movies that have been trapped on tape and movies that deserve an updated release, like a new 4K.
Meatballs 3. We need a Blu-ray, at least that. That's the only Meatballs movie that is not on disc at all. Never even came to DVD, and that's probably my favorite Meatballs movie. King Frat, I bring it up all the time. It's another one. Light of Day with Joan Jett and Michael J. Fox. Those are like probably my 3 big ones.
Okay.
Elves for me, Summer Camp Nightmare. Those 2, Summer Camp Nightmare and Elves for me are 2 bangers that I feel like they just need. Oh, Black Roses. I mean, those 3 are ones that I just feel like they need something. I think it's more for me at this point is that when things get released, they get a new life. And I think that these movies become lost and dead if these companies don't do anything with them. They just get forgotten. And a lot of times these movies that were forgotten come out on a 4K like Demon Warp. And all of a sudden, when do you think the last time people talked about that movie was, right? So it does a good thing for these movies to give them a new life and a new audience. And I think that's important to save some of these movies from obscurity. So for me, those are going to be some of the ones that are really on the top of my list, is just ones that I haven't been able to catalog in my collection outside of VHS.
Very nice. Very nice. What do you think, Christian?
You guys have said a lot of like really like good ones. It's stupid to say, but I'm just sick of like people always wondering what's gonna happen. I would love for them to for Paramount to just get it over with and do all the Paramount Friday the 13th. I think it's criminal not to see Jason Lives in 4K and you know, I just wish they would get it over with and put those out. You know, I just want that more than anything as a Friday fan.
I would want him to license it out to somebody else to do it right, to be honest with you.
Fair enough. But yeah, just as a Friday that's I love the series so much. I just want to see, I want to be able to, it's the only way at this point I can experience those movies for the first time again, besides 1 and 2, is on 4K. And I really want to do that, you know, so I think it's time. I think it's time for them to get the Fridays out. I think
Ethel and Junior in 4K.
Oh, for sure.
Happen.
For sure. Debbie Sue Voorhees in 4K.
Come on.
Ooh,
bring it home.
For sure. CKUB, what do you guys think? Or CK, you already went. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I already went. Yeah,
what do you think, UB?
I already talked about most of these, but Dead Alive, Bad Taste, The Hidden. Jesus, there's a bunch like that. Who Slew Annie Rue?
Powder.
Dad and Stepdad.
The Ernest movies. What about the Ernest movies?
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah, absolutely. Ernest Goes to Camp.
I need a
4K,
nice
100%.
hard as hell Ernest P. Worrell box set.
Yes,
I would do that.
And do not leave out slam dunks or rides again. Don't leave none of them out. All 9 of them on 4K.
They would do very well too.
They would.
They would.
But you know what? It's Disney, so fat chance.
That's right.
But also, I was gonna say the Pauly Shore movies, like Son-in-Law. I just bought all these on DVD in the Barnes and Noble sale. Encino Man. Yeah. In the Army now, like at least Blu-rays. None of them have Blu-rays. House Guest.
DVD.
House Guest. I had to. I had no choice.
I love it.
Captain Ron.
Hell yeah.
The 2 on my list. One is Pin. That deserves a really nice new release. That's a great movie.
Blood Beach.
Stephen King's The Night Flyer. That's a great
That'll
movie.
never
Richard
ever come
Rubenstein, when he dies, that'll come out.
Richard Rubenstein. Yep.
That son of a gun.
Yep. And Psycho Cop. That would be the top 3 on my list that I think need new releases for sure. Somebody posted a good question here in the chat. Let me see if I can find it. Oh Lord. Okay. You have to watch one movie. Garbage Pail Kids or Six String Samurai.
Oh God, it's not even close. Garbage Pail. I watched that on like
Six String Samurai all day.
I watch that every 2 months.
I've never seen Six String Samurai, but
I've never
Garbage
seen
Pail
Six
Kids,
String
my God.
Samurai.
I think it's still available if you want to get it. It's been available for like 4 years now.
Oh, I got it.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
I got it if you want to borrow it.
Oh, you have it still? You just have to get to it.
Well, let me ask you guys this, and then we'll close it out. Where do you guys see physical media in 5 years? Let me start with you, Garrett.
Man, I don't know. I think because we're running out of those relics like we've been talking about today, I mean, hopefully we get them. But I also see the way the world's going in certain ways, and I almost feel like what's old is gonna become new again. I think that you know, the idea of, like you guys saying, DVDs the new vinyls to certain extents. I think physical media is not going to go back to that route, because I think there's always going to be people like us that are really digging the next big thing. But is there really going to be a new format? And will we continue to keep upgrading these movies again? I feel like the more and more I'm doing this, the less and less I have any interest in doing it. Like, I'm trying to find the definitive editions, just hold on forever. And to be honest, I'm having more fun, like I said, going backwards. So is that where more people that are collecting start to do? I don't know. So as far as what happens, hopefully it's some of these companies like Disney and everybody else give us what we want, and that's what the next couple of years looks like. But I really don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see where this goes, because I think format changes has what's, you know, kind of kept us alive for a long time. And I don't know if that is going to be a thing of the future, or if this is it. I mean, you guys might know more than me about that kind of stuff, but I think without that change in format, I think what does happen? I don't know.
Yeah. Very good question. Oh, one thing Slippy mentioned last night, and I think most people know about it, but I think most people probably don't. It kind of got swallowed up in all the talk of Fright Night 2, but that's that. Is it Synapse or Red Shirt doing the Near Dark 4K?
Synapse, I believe.
Okay.
Synapse.
Okay. So we got a new Synapse Near Dark 4K coming, and Slippy was talking about all the extras he was producing for it, and that it was going to be stuffed. And that's still a movie, even though it's had some well, not newer releases, but it's on Blu-ray and DVD. People don't talk about it enough.
No.
Agree.
So, Ken, where's physical media going to be in 5 years?
There's a lot of factors at play. I mean, if Disney would just license out 25% of what they got, we would be eating good for like 10 years, I feel like, with boutique labels. Like, they've got the entire Fox catalog, all their Touchstone movies, Hollywood Pictures, and just all their Disney classics, but there's so much that they're holding on to, it's ridiculous. I see it getting a little bit more simple. I do feel like the box set steelbook market is kind of going to burst potentially in the next 2 or 3 years. And you will start seeing more standard editions, editions without slipcovers and box sets as the selling point. I could see that happening.
Okay.
But hopefully, just the studios will continue to see the value in it and keep putting stuff out. I do wonder what's going to happen with Warner Brothers and Paramount once they merge. Like, what's that going to look like? Is Paramount just going to swallow Warner Brothers and forget about their catalog? What's going to happen to Warner Archive, all their licensing deals, that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
It's interesting. Well, it's interesting. We're going to find that out pretty soon, I reckon.
Yeah.
CK, what do you think?
I mean, it'll be interesting to see if any media will be in stores in 5 years. I don't think so. I think Walmart is like the last holdout, and
Barnes and Noble.
Yeah. And I can see like Barnes and Noble maybe getting smaller and smaller, but I'm seeing what Lionsgate is doing right now with that Lionsgate Limited. And I can see more studios going that route where they're doing like the boutique treatment and just jacking the prices up and just not producing any, like it's a side exclusive sort of deal. I can see that becoming a thing for other studios, because honestly, right now the physical media thing is a niche thing now. It's not like it was 10, 15 years ago. There's not as many people buying this stuff. So the companies still want to make the money, and the way they can do that, make fewer of them, but just, jack the price up.
That's true. What do you think, Uncle Bill?
Well, I don't know about physical media, but I can tell you that 5 years, my gator bait's still not going to fucking be here. But I'm really never going to let that go. No, but I think that like another company will come along and will have a gimmick like Vinegar Syndrome did. Nobody really saw Vinegar Syndrome coming with that idea of like, where the slipcase and the number and all that stuff is like more important than the actual movie itself. And you kind of gear everything towards that. And you just take movies that nobody's ever heard of. You slap all that on them and you do a really good kind of, remastering of them. And then put them out there. Somebody else, another company, will stumble upon some gimmick like that, and it will kind of revitalize it it'll die down, of course, for the next couple of years. And I just see that's kind of the way it'll probably go.
Okay. What do you think, Christian?
I'm gonna make a bold prediction.
Okay.
That say what you want about Gen Z, when they rally together online and decide they want to cancel something or bring something back, they do it. They're bringing back DVDs. Not only is DVD going to be back in a big way in 5 years, they will be making companies. When I say companies will start making little CRTs again, real little CRTs. Mark my words.
I can see it
within 5 years. That's what I think.
That's interesting. I could see that. Shout out to Parker. Thank you for the $4.99. What an incredible stream lineup. I'm excited for Living Dead weekend. Hope to see the Rad Pit. Question for the pit: is Slippy still mad? Cheers.
Yes, he's always mad.
Some reason that is perpetually angry.
I love it whenever he goes live on Facebook. I think we did this last time. He doesn't have an intro. He just goes live and he just waits for people to get there.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh every time.
He did it the other day, and he's like, "Okay, I have one person."
It's like, dude, just make a YouTube video and post it, brother.
The Facebook's hard too, because I went on there the other day to see if I missed anything, and I don't know if it was just me on my phone, but can you move to where you want it to go? I couldn't figure it out, so it had me watch it from the beginning. I couldn't move it to a different spot on the video. But I was on my phone, and I wasn't sure if maybe
I think sometimes when it's live, you can't do that when it's live.
No, it was already over, and I wanted to go back and see if I missed anything. So I was trying to toggle my way around, but it wasn't giving me an option to move the video any further along.
That's Slippy said it that way. He wants you to watch every second.
Gotta watch it, brother.
Because I watched 90% of it, but I was like, did I miss anything? Because I had to bounce out. So
can't miss anything, brother.
You can't miss a single second of a Slippy stream.
Tell him to get off Facebook, Wes, please. Sir, just tell him. Just say, get off of Facebook.
Dude, we have tried. I'm like,
what's he saying?
Somebody
clip this. Somebody clip this. Slippy, get your fucking ass off of Facebook. Make a YouTube video. Thank you.
Now, he was streaming on YouTube the other day.
Oh, he was too.
Well, he's using StreamYard.
This is news to me.
Yeah,
he's on YouTube.
He was on YouTube and Facebook.
Oh, all right.
He's multi-streaming.
I gotta go find his channel then.
It's under 2 scoops. Just go under 2 scoops.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That was how I saw it was on.
No, I don't know what it's under.
Weston, thank you. Appreciate all of you guys. Appreciate you too, man. Thank you. That's all I've got for tonight, guys. This has been really fun. I really appreciate y'all taking the time out to hang out with me and shoot the bull and talk physical media. This has been really great. Let me scroll through the chat here, see if anybody's got any questions for us before we call it a night. Garrett will not stop until he has all the tapes that came out in the 80s.
Perhaps.
That's a bad time to be buying tapes. It's outrageous.
Oh, dude.
By the way, Eli has been sharing everybody's
Thank you, Eli.
The links to everybody's channels in the chat.
Man.
So
cool.
Thank you.
I'm sure everybody who's familiar with me is familiar with all you guys, but the direct links are there. And I'll post the direct links to everybody's channels in the description of the video too, once it archives. So
thank you.
Let me scroll down. The chat's been very busy tonight. I appreciate you guys being here.
We do need Suburban Commando on 4K.
Agree.
VSU agree with that 100%.
It's just too bad that Hogan's not still here to give us that commentary, you know.
Did you all watch that documentary on him?
Yeah.
No, it was 4.5 hours. Christopher, I thought it was cool. Christopher Lloyd popped up.
Thank you, Mozart's Ghost. I appreciate that. Yes, Suburban Commando. Yes, that's got Vinegar Syndrome written all over it. For God's sake,
it has for years. But
yes,
I think it should be Severed Kids.
Oh yeah, they're gonna bring that back.
Well, they could do the Thunder in Paradise movie. They could do a Hogan box set of all that stuff.
They really
they can include Jaws 5 for that one dude. Just slip it into the box set.
They really should. Yeah. Oh my God. Well, Uncle CK, where can we find you on social media, sir?
Just search for DeadPit, one word, man. There you go.
Okay. And Uncle Bill, I'm guessing you're also going to rep the DeadPit links?
Oh, yeah. So just DeadPit Radio into the DeadPit, deadpit.com, all that stuff.
Okay. Nice. Garrett, where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook at Born2BeRad.
Where can we find you, Christian?
PanetCHH on YouTube. I'm on Instagram and Facebook, and I have my small business, You Need a Candles. You can find us on Instagram there if you guys want to try out our candles and wax melts. And anybody here that may be watching that isn't subscribed, I'm less than 300 subs from 50,000. So if you haven't, I'd really appreciate subscribing. Thank you.
Very cool. Ken, where can we find you?
Instagram, YouTube, X, TikTok, MidLevelMedia.
There you go. There you go.
MySpace, LinkedIn,
Snapchat,
Friendster. Let's not forget
Photobucket.com.
LimeWire.
What's your oh gosh,
Napster.
what's your Tinder profile? I don't know what that is. I don't want to know.
Killer.
But anyway, thank you guys.
Blu-ray Bachelor.
Thank you guys for doing this. This has been great. Let me do some shout outs here to Giallo Man. Thank you for the $10. Bulkhead, thank you for the $4.99. Michael, thank you for the $9.99. Bulkhead, thank you for the additional $1.99. Bog Zombie coming through with $2 super chats. Appreciate it. Bulkhead, another $1.99. Thank you, Parker, for the $4.99. And Weston for the $1.99. Appreciate y'all. All right. Well, and thank you all for tuning in. This has been a lot of fun. Again, thank all of you guys for taking the time out to do this. And yeah, we'll see you guys again soon. Take care and peace.